shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, no, no. I got no, no, no rival. No rival.
Welcome. This is Ascension Tournament Series Season 6 and the start of the playoffs here and the end of the playoffs here for the SportyFC Ascension Cup. I'm SportyFC, not only the sponsor, but one of the directors and founders of the Ascension Tournament Series here in Season 6. Over $800 in prizing up for grabs, and the Ascension Cup begins our months-long action, yes, months-long action of crowning the players and teams that will be the champions of Season 6. This season has seen a lot of incredible updates, a lot of incredible changes, but the 3v3 format has stayed relatively the same here in our final bracket. Single elimination will end the league as it has in every single season since its inception. This is it. 8 teams to go in the Ascension Cup, our 1450 MMR and below division. $50 up for grabs and all to play for a couple different teams and a couple different organizations. If we take a look at our bracket here, tons of great teams competing here as well. With the 8 teams we have, all of them part of one organization or another. There's only one org who's even gotten more than one team, and that's what we're going to be seeing later in the quarterfinals. But here it is, 8 teams, single elimination. Win 3 matches, and your champions lose at all, and your run is over just like that. And a couple teams you have to focus on. Obviously, Spartan Buns, the #1 overall seed, the only undefeated team throughout this regular season. SPECO, another team to focus on. They won last season, looking to do it for a second season in a row. It's only something that has been accomplished by 2 teams before them. Last season by 100X Night in the Pinnacle Cup. And then all the way back in Season 0 and Season 1 by Evolve Skylight in the original Ascension Cup division. This season's also seen one of the biggest Ascension Cups we've ever had. More teams have joined than we have in our last couple of seasons. But tonight's a battle of a rivalry here to begin things out. As you mentioned before, one organization has 2 teams in this top 8. That's the match we'll be seeing here very soon. NBDA, New Balance Dads Association. It is Midnight versus Neon here. And our first best of 7 of the night, our first of 3 best of 7s. We'll be covering one match from each of the rounds, quarters, semis, and grand finals. NBDA Midnight, NBDA Neon. Midnight with a 4-1 record at the end of the season, right at the heels of SPECO, who had a 4-1 record as well, with just a game differential difference of +8 compared to NBDA Midnight's +7. So Midnight very much easily could have taken the second seed position in this final bracket. Obviously unable to do so. They won't be too unhappy though, because again, this season's been incredible for them, and I do think they are in the tougher of the 2 groups here. Group B has proven to be quite a difficult group for a lot of teams to handle. And NBDA Midnight, no different than all the others. Again, 4-1, a very solid record. Their only loss coming down to actually a forfeit against Swordfish Militia. I think if they didn't have that forfeit, we're talking about a team that goes 5-0, a second seed in this bracket. But even then, against NBDA Neon, they are the heavy favorites. NBDA Neon on your side, a very defensive type team. If P Big Nut plays tonight, which I believe he is, that is the player with the most saves this season. It's Brand, another player who's likely to play tonight, #5 in total saves. In fact, none of the NBDA Midnight players are even in the top 10 saves this season. But the one thing they are in the top of is shooting percentage. Brand may be high in the shooting percentage, but Roy on NBDA Midnight is #3 at a 50% rate, as well as Spiffy, not too far behind her, at #9 here in shooting accuracy. They're also pretty good on getting assists. 8 for Roy, 8 for Spiffy. Spiffy, who's actually been in this division before with not great success. They're looking to get a victory here as well. It'll be a big matchup here for NBDA fans all over, and the guarantee for this org of having at least one of their teams make it into the semifinals. They'll be playing against the winner later tonight of Spartan Buns and Stormcore Vortex. Actually, won't be the match we'll be streaming later tonight. We'll be streaming the other semifinals, but again, a ton of people streaming, a ton of different casters. We'll list through all of them here, because there's 4 matches happening here at the top of the hour. NBDA Midnight, NBDA Neon, you can catch that here. Spartan Buns, Stormcore Vortex, the winner of that, playing against the winner of this series. Right now being streamed live by Krusty, a.k.a. Krusty Dog. That is twitch.tv/KRUSTYD0G, Krusty Dog on Twitch. Right below us, we've got SPECO, the defending champions, taking on the BF Blue Jays on Araufbeastrl stream. That is twitch.tv/Araufbeastrl, ARAUFBEASTRL, and below that it is Post Pounders Purple and the bosses of Midwest Mafia. A couple Midwest Mafia fans that are being streamed actually by one of their own players in Fox. And it's twitch.tv/TheRLFox, THERLFOX. All match tonight are best of 7 tactical timeouts still in play. So these teams have everything to play for and a lot more to lose. Championships, playoffs, contention, everything resting on being able to perform well when the spotlight is on. For a lot of teams, they don't really have that experience of being in playoffs. A lot of these teams might be new, are kind of new, kind of getting used to each other. It's going to be a question of, you know, who's able to perform well. Because so often in playoff matchups, it doesn't really come down to who played the best in the regular season. It comes down to who plays the best tonight. It's one night to determine your entire playoff bracket. Seeding may help you here. But what helps you even more is just getting the wins as they come here for NBDA Midnight, NBDA Neon. For one of these two teams, they're not even going to get out of the starting gates in this final bracket. Again, this is the quarterfinals here of our SportyFC Ascension Cup. Not the only division, again, that we're going to be streaming. Even this weekend, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be live with the Catalyst Cup, the VV3 Catalyst Cup. Here for ATS Season 6, the division right above the Ascension Cup. 8 more teams competing in that single elimination bracket. For now, though, looking forward to what's going to be a great series and a great night of action here. Again, all matches are best of 7, so a lot to play for here and a lot of matches to really prove yourself in. None of these teams have played in best 7s, unlike every other division here. This division is the one where everybody here has not played actually a best of 7 yet this season. Well, now's your time to get used to it. They're longer, they're more intense, and with all the pressure on and the prize pool, you know, at the very end of this bracket, we'll have to see who handles the pressure better. Right now, though, we are just waiting on everybody to join the lobby, as we do have NBDA, I believe that's NBDA Midnight right now, who's in the lobby with their roster of P Big Nut, It's Bran, and Super B Trash Can. That is not Midnight, sorry, that is Neon, who's actually in the lobby. I got the wrong NBDA team wrong. That's Neon, who is currently in the lobby. And again, I'm looking forward to this here, so we're going to wait a couple minutes here while we get things sorted out. The forfeit timer is 10 minutes for game 1 and 5 minutes after that for each other game. I hope we don't have to worry about that, though, as we won't have to for very long here. Already joining in is NBDA Midnight, Jordan Norikuma, Tyler, Roy, and Spiffy. Roy leaving, so it's going to be Jordan, Roy, and Spiffy who take on the match tonight here. Again, Spiffy, not an unknown player to us. He's been here a couple times before, but with no real playoff success behind him, this will probably be his best moment in his ATS career to get a victory. But for now, let's get things going here. We've been waiting long enough for this best of 7 to begin. The playoffs are here, and that means get up, get loud, and get excited. An NBDA inter-organizational matchup begins the quarterfinals of the $50 SportyFC Ascension Cup. It's NBDA Midnight, NBDA Neon, and a best of 7 series to determine who out of NBA's finest will show up in the semifinals. An early goal from Roy, already only 3 seconds in, and it will be Midnight with the first showing. I'll play up the side wall. An easy slots in Midnight. The higher seed of the two will get things started. Things have begun well for them, but the night's still very much young and new, as NBDA Neon on the orange. Gotta be careful of that pressure. A heavy defensive roster known for their saves. Again, you're gonna be focusing a lot on Bran, a lot on P Big Nut. The players with some of the most saves this season. As mentioned before, P Big Nut leading in saves this season. Looking to try to keep that consistent here, as will be Roy off the back wall. The offense out of Midnight not looking to hold down any longer. Spiffy to clear. Demo on 1 will have a little bit of room in the midfield to work with. It's Super B Trash Can. Stopped by Jordan Norikuma, and now a play midfield. Bran will have this one. It's Spiffy towards Roy. Bran chasing right behind. This could be Neon's possession, but it will be kept away as Roy expertly jumping up quickly here in the speed of the Midnight. Definitely causing some problems here for NBDA Neon, as this one sent to the midfield will be kept airborne here. A Super B Trash Can. Bran, that one towards the target, and Midnight getting their first real taste of defense. That's going to make things just a little bit tougher for them here, as a dribble towards net will be denied. As the offense continues onward, cleared across the field. Bran, midfield pass will be for Jordan Norikuma. Spiffy already airborne, looking for Roy. A drop-down pass will not connect, but NBDA mid not looking to slow down at all. Only one goal up. A lot of pressure on this team right now. You can tell it's maybe starting to eat them a little bit. A lot more passive off the back. Jordan Okuma won't have this one. Roy will jump in for the rescue. Neon really starting to find their voice late in this game. As up the back, now up the side, it's sent down the field as P. Big Nut. I'll leave things for Brian. Sent the other way. Jordan Okuma's already airborne. Roy. Should be trash can, won't have this one. NBDA Neon. Look to get this one away. Bran. To the side, will stay on it as this one missed in the midfield. P. Big Nut will follow behind. This one sent midfield as a chip ball will be denied. And NBA Midnight on a 3-on-1 now. It's Roy with a room, a foot reset. Won't prove to be too dangerous, but that touch may be. Super B Trash Can cutting in rotation nearly cost his team a huge opening. Now rotation out of Neon being tested. And on a level like this one, you know, where you're maybe not as mechanical as some of the other divisions above, sometimes just throwing plays on net will find you success. As Roy, the back will be Big Nut. Looking towards the midfield, and it's Roy again. Super B Trash Can. Bumped out the way as it's Spiffy. Airborne bumped, it's now P. Big Nut. Super B Trash Can, whoa, he looked to get a redirect on that one. It's still off the back. Can Brand take it? Shot! Under the bar and in! That'll make it a little bit easier for all of you. Watching NBDA Neon fans rejoice. A strike under the bar, and finally, after all this work, they will get the answer they've been searching for. A crucial moment for a goal such as this, but far from over. There's still 100 seconds left in this game. Spiffy already challenged. Eon looking for another already after the first goal has gone in. Spiffy now takes the dribble, won't get very far with this one, but with teammates in support, NBDA Neon will traverse the field. Jordan Okuma sends up for Roy. Midfield's open, he's got options. Leaving it, it's Spiffy. He won't get there fast enough, Brand denies. And NBDA Neon already looking to get this one as far away as they can. Brand, oh, he missed on it. It's across the goal, no one there to shoot. Options there, but none taken as 5 saves already. NBDA Neon, their defensive efforts are climbing. 5 saves on the 6 shots so far from NBDA Midnight. They've needed every single save they can get to keep the game as close as it has been. But Midnight looking for yet another attack. It's a pass! Spiffy will not from the follow as Brand already gets up in the way. Low boost low for Brand and for NBDA Neon. Everybody is stuck on nothing. An attempted clear sent to the midfield. Roy won't have it, but it may be for the better as Spiffy follows. Inside the final 30 seconds as Midnight's closing in. P. Big Nut. Gonna find Brand will be denied by Spiffy. Midnight traversing down the field again as it's up in front. A miss in front! And it's a free strike for Roy! With 12 seconds to go. Will that be the goal to win game 1? Neon's gonna go and find one late. Super B Trash Can, midfield. Roy will not get this one cleared away easily. This ball kept up for now, but Neon's gonna find a goal at the end of this. Be Big Nut. Brand can't get there. And NBDA Midnight will take game 1, the favorites, off to an expected positive start. A late goal, a late mistake, will prove to be the difference here. And with everything that's happening right now, it could be those mistakes that end these games. As a reminder for all of you, both these teams do have one tactical timeout this series, and do have the option to choose it in between any game they would want. I wouldn't expect one called here from Neon, but if they lose this next game, I wouldn't be so surprised if that's when they make that choice. For now, it is Midnight who hold the advantage. And then with all the shots they had as well, NBDA Neon really relying on Brand to get the shooting going. One of the top defenders, it's one of their team leaders. It's probably the team leader right now for NBDA Neon this season has been Brand. Definitely a consistent overall presence. Unfortunately, that's not really going to win you games that easily. You're going to need to find a little bit more offense and a little bit more push to get things moving. Well, for now, that ends game one. NBDA Midnight are now one step closer to advancing to the semifinals. Reminder, the winner of this will play against the winner of Spartan Buns and Stormcore Vortex. That match being streamed right now on Krusty Dog's channel. Neon's gonna get an early start! And it's Bran again! If it keeps working, they're gonna keep asking him for it. A play off the back, flipped in front as there was no one able to get in between the ball and the net. That strike will send some shockwaves through. Neon with a major lead early. Well, they'll have to look for another one here. It's not done just yet. As a play midfield. Midnight really struggling to get a handle of this one. It's those potential errors that they're making that can really be costly, as now Spiffy off the front post will not have a chance to get someone on top of it. As a back pass from Roy, no one there to really recognize it, so an attack is stunted here out of NBDA Midnight. They'll keep things going. Spiffy denied by P Big Butt. Roy off the corner, it's a player in field, Bran. Jordan Akuma. Play midfield, won't get very far as it is Spiffy again. Roy, gotta be careful, players all over him right now. And Neon looking for that second. Well, they won't need to look much longer. That is a second goal. And at a crucial moment as well. Well, that'll make things a whole lot easier for them. And with the way that things have been moving for Neon, Bran again emerging as a leader. And usually when a player starts emerging as a leader like this, you usually expect the teammates to follow right behind them and expect to keep them as a leader. For Neon, that's not how you win championships. I'm going to see more work done from Bran, done from P Big Nut. Sorry, not from Bran, from P Big Nut in front, as he's going to make a mistake here. Jordan Akuma happy to take this goal. I don't know really what P Big Nut was thinking he was going to do here, putting the ball in front of his net like that. Evidently not anything good, that's for certain. And with the lead now cut in half, Midnight with a little bit of room to work with here. They gotta get back quickly though. It will be kept in the midfield here. Roy's to the corner. P Big Nut to try to keep it back. Roy, Jordan Akuma. Spiffy waiting as Roy will go first. 3 minutes now left in the game, and NBDA Neon desperate to keep the lead as it is. But Midnight not looking to be so happy about that. They are ruthless on the offense. As an incredible strike from Roy drops it in the goal. That will make things a little bit easier for them. And for NBDA again, which stands for New Balance Data Association, a organization full of mostly older players. I'm sure they'll be excited to see this matchup finally come to fruition. They both were placed in different groups based on the initial seed. So this has been a long-awaited matchup for both sides, as Neon again on the scoreboard here, a strike right to the heart of the goal. P Big Nut not wasting any opportunity. And I think we're going to be in for quite the series here, quite a treat. Of what we have been seeing so far is 5 games already, and just half the amount of the 5 minutes that's given. in regulation. We may see a 6. Jordan Akuma jumps in and takes it. Again, NBDA Neon playing a very non-cautious playstyle of P. Big Nut with an odd decision. He's done it before and got caught. I'm surprised he does it again here. 2 of these goals have been from P. Big Nut carelessly throwing the ball in front of his own net. NBDA Midnight more than happy to take him. Roy chips it over one. Jordan Okuma with a free effort. That one won't hit goal, but Spiffy will look midfield for a chance. Roy denied as it's Brand now the other way. Already got a couple in this game. We'll be looking for a couple more. But as quickly as they got upfield, it's been stopped by Midnight, who will go the other way. Roy trying to break through. A team bump. It's going to make things a little bit awkward here. Neon without a lot of boost. Brand's going to get there for the block. P. Big Nut now has got to get it clear and got to help his team out with some boost. Well, they won't get far. Spiffy, midfield. It's Roy. Up is Jordan Akuma. A chance driving. And stopped by Brand. Now P. Big Nut. Roy will get there. And a bouncing ball left for Midnight as Jordan Akuma will stay on it. P. Big Nut, not a good touch. It's Spiffy. Oh, it's kissed the post and got right over the crossbar. That one. That could have been the lead that Midnight was asking for. They have not been able to see it so far this game. Roy, Brand, one-on-one with Jordan. Now he'll look for an infield pass. It's Super B trash can. It's in front. No one can handle it. It's wide open. And Brand completes his hat trick and takes the lead yet again for Neon. A bouncing shot for Super B trash can, completely fooling the defense. What a smart effort. And for Brand, maybe the easiest goal he'll have all night. NBDA Midnight pushed under pressure once again with now less than a minute left. Spiffy. Oh, a great clear from Brand. That's going to make things even tougher. Neon's so reliant on him this game. You better hope he's going to be consistent, because if he's playing like this, if I'm Midnight, that's the player you focus on right now is Brand. A defensive stalwart, an offensive menace. He's been a problem so far of this series for Midnight, and definitely the biggest that they've had to contend with here so far in their playoffs action. As it will be Roy. Able to get through the midfield here. NBDA Neon really setting up shop, but they'll have to relocate back to their defensive half for now. Spiffy, the bump! Jordan Akuma won't turn for it, and now there's a wide open chance. Spiffy to keep it away. Demos all over the place now. Spiffy is up. Here's their last chance of regulation. Super B trash can keeps it wide. Roy needs a midfield option. It won't be there. And it's a tied series. NBDA Neon hold the lead for the rest of this game. Our best of 7 now becomes a best of 5. As the offense for Neon really picking up last game. We're not able to outshoot Midnight this game with 9 shots total to the 7 of Midnight. More offense, more showing from Neon upfield. A much better start as well. Not so lethargic, not so slow. You're seeing a lot more of what this team really is capable of and why this match is expected to be as close as it is. Well, Game 3 on the horizon now. I mean, upset's definitely not an impossibility. The way that these teams are playing, it's likely we are to see a couple upsets here tonight. Our final bracket seems to have a history of doing that. Well, Game 3 is up next. No use waiting any more here for either side. NBDA Midnight. We'll have to pull things back a little bit more here, and I really think for Neon, an early start, being as reliant as they are on Brand, if they can keep Brand on offense, good things are bound to happen for them. But again, as if Brand can stay upfield. Because clearly Brand's able to make things happen. Able to put the ball in the net. A lot of times that skill alone can be all you need to win tournaments like the Ascension Cup. I mean, SB Echo, who are here. The reason they won last season was because they had the strongest offense of the season. An ultra-aggressive team, they like to push up extremely high. The reason why they were able to win last season, and do it relatively convincingly too. For NBDA Midnight and NBDA Neon, that's likely going to be what determines this match as well. As who can get upfield and who can get those shots going. For Midnight, definitely a lot more issues last game, just winning the midfield. Now is their chance to kind of redeem themselves as a demo in front. And the passivity from Jordan Okuma, only that their offense will have to start again. Infield though, not taking too long to find Spiffy. As Roy will jump in. This one will not see the nets, as Super B Trash Can. We'll have the net in front of him. It's kept away by Jordan Okuma. Now Pete Bignut keeps the dribble. We'll get around to one as double commit for Midnight to just keep that one away. Their defense being tested. So far, though, they're able to pass those with flying colors, but it may not be that way for long. Yet another double commit. And you can tell Midnight really feeling the pressure now. It's an infield pass. Midnight will drop it down under the crossbar. And Neon just going back to this infield passing. They're beating Midnight to the punch. And they're really using that to their advantage here. Spiffy will keep it away. Brand now redirected towards the back wall. NBDA Midnight again facing with an early deficit here from their rivals of the same organization. Roy taken out. Brand off that deletion will. Oh, just throw it in. Sometimes just throw it on net and it sometimes works for you. This will be one such occasion as Jordan sort of crept out of that a little bit there. That early challenge. If he was able to sit on the goal line, I think he has that block. But he pushed up a little bit too high, got a little bit too confident, and now got caught out for it. Game 3 proving to be quite a close one here. As for Neon, though, they're starting to run away with it. Jordan Okuma kept back by Super B Trash Can. As now it's Bran. Won't have it. Midnight will collect, but bum for them has not been collecting the ball on defense, been getting out of defense. P. Bignut doing it here. Double tap. He's gonna let Super Trash Can take it. But the shot not even close to target. No one but Midnight jumping. And they'll look to try to keep the offense alive as Jordan Okuma won't get far with this. Super Trash Can trying to dance his way around Roy. He'll leave it for Bran. And it's sent all the way back. NBDA Neon will stay to it as P. Bignut again with the early solo efforts. Up in the air it goes. This time double commit for Neon will not work. Roy's going to roll this one. He needed a better effort though. That net was open. It was there. A chance that's gone wasted now as Brand gonna get the bump. But Midnight's there in support. Will not let that one find the target. Super Trash Can. Spiffy pinch back as he'll get the dunk on Brand. But for Neon, a serious lead, only a little over a minute away now. Things really are just shaping well for this team when they've got their offensive options upfield. As P. Bignut again will stay defensively minded. Neon definitely prepared as this will be 3-0. Our last two games kept themselves quite close. This one is shaping up to not go the same way. Bran yet again the one to do it. So far he's had impeccable shooting accuracy. And I can't imagine that's going to be changing by all that much. As Bran, played by Jordan Okuma, P. Bignut. To the side, it's not a great play there from Super B Trash Can, but NBDA Neon will stay to it. As P. Bignut again, this one is kept aside by Jordan Okuma. As Roy has it. Spiffy, oh, he won't read that one as he was expecting Bran to get the touch. Now in field, Jordan Okuma won't beat out Super B Trash Can, and that's really been the issue so far this series. NBDA Neon is just, they're not even just winning the challenges, they're beating Midnight in the air cleanly. If they're winning the challenges this easily and this well, what chance does Midnight have to take this game? They've got to win the midfield. They just aren't doing so, and Neon is getting rewarded for it. As that'll make it 4-0. And Neon is more than happy to secure the game here. For a team of their caliber, they're proving what they are worth here. And they have what it takes to take on the, again, the winners of Spartan Buns and Stormcore Vortex. There's Bran. 10 seconds to go. Roy will take it across the goal. Should be trash can now. Pinch this one. It's sailing towards the midfield as P. Big Nut. Spiffy. 2 touches. Bran and Super Trash Can up. Looking for 5-0. They won't connect, but it won't make too much of a difference. This game has been all NBDA Neon. And now the underdogs taking the series advantage. Looking to run away with things here. As so far it is resting in their favor. Well, for Neon, it's again that what I love about Neon is just how much they've been able to change from that sort of passive play we know they have, and how much trust they have on each other. This is a team that now is built off of everybody doing their job perfectly. We've got P. Big Nut doing the defensive jobs, really getting the blocks sitting as far back as possible. You've got Bran with the shooting. You got Super B Trash Can kind of floating in between. The only concern I have for NBA Neon is if that doesn't work, what do they have to support themselves? If that rotation doesn't work, if one of these players doesn't perform to the expectations that they have, how do they manage to kind of pick them up, keep them going? That trust is strong and it's working for them now, but if one of these players falters, you could really see that whole rotation fall apart for them. They need everything to work well for them here to beat NBDA Neon Midnight. For now, things are going well. Things are going well for Neon. But going into Game 4, there's still a lot more series to go. A lot more to play for as well. As here is Game 4. Neon, not afraid to try to get the offense started. As it will be Spiffy, blocked by P. Big Nut. Roy to clear. Spiffy's already up for this one, and Midnight looking for a game where they can get that first goal. Neon's done such a good job at being able to bring the aggression early, allow Bran to do what he can do so well on this team. And of course, is the accuracy that he's been able to really utilize this season to allow Neon to have the sort of success they've had so far. It's the kind of position they want to stand in, and a spot they want to play. And for them, I know they're looking forward to trying to play against the Spartan Buns team that had their number earlier in the season. And Spartan Buns, I mean, it went to Game 5 against them. It was close. This Neon team knows how to keep matches close. They lost that match though in Week 3, and that might be the major reason why they're not exactly a super high-seeded team in this bracket. Why they're looking to try to correct things as the match continues, and well, so far they're already up by 1. Things are looking pretty good for them here. There's 4 minutes to go now. And Midnight again facing a deficit. They've not been able to score first. They've not been able to attack. They've not been able to win enough of the challenges. And Midnight just having to watch as Neon is just picking them apart slowly, but effortlessly, as that's in front. Spiffy will not be able to drive it through P. Big Nut. Now Roy will! Oh, what a block! Super B Trash Can gets in the way. Neon, that defense came in clutch, not from the way you'd expect to bring it. The only one on this roster that's not in the top 10 for total saves this season. But a big block nonetheless in a game that is still quite close. Now they look to let that momentum ride high as it's Bran. Roy can't get through the midfield as it's Super B Trash Can again. Finds P. Big Nut. P. Big Nut is up. Roy is there. He can jump on this. It's Bran, though, who will take him down. On almost no boost, Roy's had to make a couple challenges in a row. Just didn't have enough to get there. Bran, who may have jumped later, will still be the faster to it. And Neon just pulling apart Midnight at the seams. There just seems to be no way you can stop them right now. As this offensive pressure continues. Around the corner. Roy. Spiffy! Oh, it got blocked by Roy! Are you kidding me? NBA Midnight, they've had a goal drought so far, and that's only going to extend it. A perfect shot at a perfect moment. And for Roy, just at the wrong place. The woes for Midnight continue in the quarterfinals. They won't get it here, though. I didn't think that had the opportunity, but Neon not jumping for it. Well, watch as that goes right over their head and in. Spiffy ending the goal drought after, at this point, it's been almost 2 full games of goallessness. And Midnight still have more than enough time to pull things back to turn this game around. Neon just do not look at all concerned. Not yet, at least. They're still in the lead. If another goal goes in, I think that's when we start to see things change on a Neon. Subi Trashka and Big Nut won't get there. It's a free clear here for Roy, but it's straight to Brand. They need to do better on keeping that ball close. They had room. Surprised they didn't really use it more. As Big Nut. Spiffy will not let the redirect happen from Brand. It will get pushed out. As Big Nuts, Super Trash Can. Roy's up, so is Jordan Norikuma. As here goes Big Nut again. Oh, won't have this. Free clear for Roy. And up goes Midnight, who will see it off the back wall. Roy will take it! Unchallenged off the back wall. Neon took far too long to make a choice here. And Super Trash Can, by the time he did make his options, he made it late. And he made the wrong choice as well. He should have stayed on the goal line. He had more than enough time to challenge that. And Neon, after having the early 2-goal lead, have now lost it. And they'll have to look to recover with a minute and a half, under a minute and a half to go. Brand sniping the near post, but Spiffy had it covered. As now he'll go one-on-one. Super Trash Can, though. This is towards the goal. It's dangerously in front. Roy gets there. Brand, great recovery from Roy as Jordan Norikuma follows. Spiffy will get rid of the pressure. And it's Jordan Norikuma to send it even further down the field. Brand won't have it. It's rolling in front of the goal. But Midnight's not willing to challenge. They didn't have the options. And NBDA Neon gonna get out of defense here, and in fact, they're gonna get out of this tie game. A demo. We haven't seen many from Neon this series, but Brand went right after that last defender. A clean takeaway. And it is Neon who are now only 41 seconds away from match point. Spiffy. Super Trash Can has the midfield as Brand and NBA Neon now may just be more than happy just to keep this lead as it is, not really press their luck any further. They don't need to score again now. As Super Trash Can, Big Nut, Spiffy blocks, Brand will opt to challenge late here. That play will go in his favor, though, as it's Super Trash Can looking to end things. The dribble! Down and in! Neon may be taking triple match points here. As time winds down, Midnight will not get a chance to come back. NBDA Neon have triple match points against the favorites. The number 5 seed in this tournament. Really able to rely on each other for their success. And again, Brand with another stellar performance here. 2 of his team's 4 goals coming from him. Super Trash Can following right behind him. And with Game 5 not too far away from us here, NBDA Neon look poised to win 4 games in a row and advance to the semifinals just like that. And they'll want to win these matches quickly. I mean, with them having to play at most 3 matches this tonight, that's exhausting for teams at this level. It's a lot to play for and a lot to keep up with. Well, Game 5 is only moments away at this point. Has been midnight, no call for that tactical timeout. No, there it is. Timeout called. I was wondering if they were going to call it. So NBDA Midnight taking their tactical timeout this series. No surprises here. If they didn't take it last game, they're definitely going to take it this game now. The series is against them. So that'll be an extra minute that they'll be waiting. So we'll time it for an extra minute here. NBDA Midnights will have a moment to collect themselves. Every team gets 1 per series, so this will be their choice. Neon will keep theirs, obviously. But again, they'll have an extra minute just to talk things out, to try to recover, try to do anything they can to win these next 3 games, to keep their season alive. I mean, it was a very impressive 3-2 record this regular season. This is a very good team out of Midnight. Sorry, a 4-1 record this season. A very good record for this Midnight team, but clearly the playoffs have definitely had taken their toll on this side, and I really got to think for them, the big thing they got to do here is they got to shut down this Neon rotation. Whatever it is for Neon, it's just that everybody's doing such a good job. Bran especially has been able to score on offense. P. Bignut's been a good defensive player. And for Midnight, they've just not been able to win the challenges that they need to. I want to see them keep things grounded. I want to see them take things a little bit slower. Instead of trying to play fast, play a race to the ball, because they're clearly not winning that, I want to see them slow things down, dribble, and keep it controlled. Keep it grounded as they can. Because clearly Neon can win up in the air. It's Midnight who will need to, make the adjustments. As that timeout is over, we'll see what they change here. Going into Game 5 for Midnight, their season's on the line. Well, I already can see they're making 1 change here. They're adding in Tyler for this one, so a substitution mid-series. For Midnight, they're hoping that will come into gear, and so often it's not because that, that the player that they replaced here being, I believe Spiffy might have been the one that's, no, Spiffy's here. The replacing here in Jordan is not, I don't think it's because it's Jordan's fault necessarily. They just need to get something new going for themselves, something different. You've had a whole series where you've lost the last 3 games in a row. You gotta change things around, but this is not how to do it. Already Neon clearly proving that it doesn't matter who is on this Midnight roster, they're just going to keep on doing it. Four and a half minutes to go. Midnight now 4.5 minutes away from seeing their Season 6 run end in the quarterfinals. Roy to clear. P. Bignut now. Played by Spiffy as this one kept to high as Bran. Challenged by Tyler. P. Bignut. Roy. And NBA Midnight just jumping in. It's in front! Oh, it's in the net! An own goal will tie this game! Super B Trashcan, who's been a leader all night, that is just not the right play at this moment. And NBDA are going to be beside themselves. What a terrible time for Neon to give one up. What an even worse way to do it. Can that be the goal that gets Midnight back into the swing of things? It doesn't really matter how they go in. Any goal is better than no goals at all. As Roy has the target. Oh, it's a great jump from Super B Trashcan. Not looking to make that same mistake. He'll jump early now, rather than waiting for the play in front. With that one cleared away, Neon will send this one upfield. Tyler to Roy. Bran taking this one across for P. Bignut, and he's jumping in. It's pitched high by Spiffy. As Neon not really getting all that close to the target here. As it's cleared away. Oh, P. Bignut won't be happy with that. Really not great effort. Even worse play out here. Tyler BK, that's the bottom corner. Midnight's really pressing. All he needs is that final shot to go in, but Roy missing the opportunity. And it's Neon who will get it away. This one's off to the back wall. And Brand will jump in further. Roy to the ceiling. P. Big Nuts to clear. It's open! And P. Big Nuts, who's been mostly a defensive leader, will get a goal here, a true captain's goal. The ball falling right in front of a clinical effort to put it in. And NBDA Midnight now, yet again, battling from behind as they have been for almost the entirety of this series as it stands. Spiffy, P. Big Nut, Tyler. That one deflected almost above the goal. Spiffy again, won't hit the target on that either. NBDA Midnight with a lot of opportunities. But realistically here, for Midnight, they've been playing behind for basically the entirety of the series ever since Game 1. Oh, what a bump! Oh, what a bump! Lethal for Midnight. Roy attacking from behind. Brand never saw him. And Midnight has not given up hope just yet in this series. They're going to need a lot more good things to happen here. As kept away by P. Big Nut. Neon not looking to slow down that offensive production at all. Should be Trash Can. That's going to be a tougher one for Tyler to deal with. He doesn't have the boost. Spiffy. It's going to be forced out as well. Brand beat by Tyler with a crucial flick. P. Big Nut's got to turn on this. He will. Roy's out of position. It's a wide open net, and P. Big Nut will send it through. Midnight all pushed up, but not for success. A breakdown in rotation, and Neon will happily take it. Well, the pressure's on, that's for certain. And Neon right now, again poised to take it, although a one-goal lead is not exactly what I would call convincing. As a bouncing ball, that's going to find its way in. Super Trash Can with his first of the game. I'm surprised it's his first. He's been having some pretty good efforts all night, but just a miss in front. It's Super Trash Can who pounces on it. And really, it's a game that is falling apart for Midnight, as is their season right now. Oh, but they're gonna have a goal back. Midnight has an answer right off kickoff. Exactly what they needed. Spiffy to Tyler. And again, Neon, surprisingly, with a lack of a challenge in front of their nets. This hesitation to jump has definitely hurt them a couple times so far. If I'm Midnight, you take a little bit of time outside of that box if you can attack from a little further out. Neon clearly has proven they just aren't confident enough to challenge outside of their box. As will be booms down the field, Roy and Spiffy. The bouncing play will be up for P. Big Nut. Roy again. It's going to be Trash Can to the side. This one with a bouncer. Will it stay up in the air as it's Spiffy? Light tap. It's deflected towards the blue goal. Roy. He's being chased by Brand. Spiffy looking for that goal as it's Tyler BK. Spiffy, Roy. Oh, he won't jump on it. He doesn't have the ability to do so, and a botched offensive attack just means more time off the clock here for NBDA Midnight and their season. Brand. We'll watch as Tyler wins the challenge. Midnight's gonna go across the entire field at this point. Their options are running out. Their time is running out. NBDA Midnight need their chance. A demo in front. Roy stopped by Trash Can, who will fall in front of it. They'll try again as Brand bumped. Trash Can again. That being his third save of the game. Midnight with one last effort to keep their season alive. Tyler. Roy. Will there even be time? This one lobbed it in front of the net, but Brand will clear it, and Neon will upset their way to the semifinals. 4-1. A convincing showing NBDA Midnight eliminated just like that. And what a time to get that kind of goal. What a time to get a play like that. A necessary movement for Neon, and really an incredible performance so far. Neon proving they deserve to be here just as much as anyone else will be. A 4-1, that was not what I expected. I expect this match to be quite close, and it started out that way, but 4 games straight, Neon able to sort of allow their players to breathe. And for Midnight, just not able to win the midfield. For New Balance Data Association, only one team remains. It's Neon who proves to be the better of the two. So for NBDA Midnight, their run over just like that. For NBA Neon, they continue. We're going to take a look at the bracket once again here and show you we've got a couple updates around the league here. Obviously, other than Neon having won their match, we've also got an update that Postbounders Purple have taken on the bosses of Midwest Mafia, who advanced to the semifinals. For Postbounders Purples, last season, they were in the semifinals and lost. This season, making it again, looking to, well, turn around their fortunes, as last season they lost again in semifinals against the Great Raid side that took second place. So for them, they'll be looking to see if they take on the winner of SB Echo and BF Blue Jays. That match again live on Araufbeastrl stream. They're at the end of game 2 right now, and it looks like SB Echo will be leading 2-0. So we'll be giving you updates on that match as it goes. But that's the match we'll be seeing later. Is by the way that semifinals with Postbounders Purple. For now, we'll have to just wait and see how things turn out. But for NBA Neon, so far tonight, so good for this roster. Everyone not over. They'll be on Fox's stream in the semifinals against the winner of Spartan Buns and Stormcore Vortex. By the way, that game looks like it's going to be a 4-2 win for Spartan Buns. So, as expected, they're going to be playing against the team that won out their group, the only undefeated team left in this bracket. But for us here on the ATS mainstream, our night has only just begun here in the Ascension Cup, the SportyFC Ascension Cup. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll have the semifinals for you here, as it will be Postbounders Purple versus the winner of SB Echo and the BF Blue Jays. We'll be back very soon with more Rocket League action, a semifinals matchup to determine who will be showing up in our grand finals at the end of the night.
I'm stuck inside of these walls within. I don't recognize who I've turned into. I'm losing hope and getting myself back. Everything around me is starting to turn black. Don't tell me you're hurt again. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how it's all my fault. Yeah, I've met my match again, starting from scratch again. Where is the plan?
생각해 또 나도 몰라 what did I do so wrong 다 비슷하게 살아가는데 꿈은 이뤄지는 게 아니라 꾸는 거라 생각하며 살아왔지 아무것도 아닌 나에겐 누가 말해줬지 진짜 원하면 언젠간 되지 말만 잘하는 사람이 되기 싫어 진짜 잘해 이젠 나도 할래 I'm gonna be a legend We're gonna be a legend 우리가 해냈다고 다 고개를 끄덕일 수 있게 I'm gonna be a legend We're gonna be a legend 그때까지 나랑 같이 갈래 손을 잡아줘 Sometimes I don't know what to do am I doing it right 마냥 나이만 먹어가는 걸까 다 잘하는 사람이 되고 싶어 똑같이 하는 건 재미가 없잖아 아무것도 아닌 나에겐 누가 말해줬지 진짜 원하면 언젠간 되지 말만 잘하는 사람이 되기 싫어 진짜 잘해 이젠 나도 할래 I'm gonna be a legend We're gonna be a legend 우리가 해냈다고 다 고개를 끄덕일 수 있게 Gonna be a legend We're gonna be a legend 그때까지 나랑 같이 갈래 손을 잡아줘 믿어볼래 이젠 해낼 수 있어 믿어볼래 이젠 해낼 수 있어 I'm gonna be a legend We're gonna be a legend 우리가 해냈다고 다 고개를 끄덕일 수 있게 I'm gonna be a legend We're gonna be a legend 그때까지 나랑 같이 갈래 손을 잡아줘
All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do need you, I do, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, I do, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, I do need you. All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do, I need you, I do, I love you, I do, I need you, I love you, I do, I need you, I love you, I do, need you, I love you, I do, need you, I do, I love you, I do, need you, I love you, I do need you. I love you, I do need you.
Got wandering eyes that I seem to follow. Can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned
told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. You were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the putting in the
In the city full of shadows and streets made of gold, the whispers of dreams that we all bought and sold. Everyone's chasing what they can't define, looking for answers in a bottle of wine. Get it, come get it if you think you can. Break through the noise like a madman. There's a fire burning deep in the night. Get it, come get it if you've got the might. The neon lights flicker and the crowd's on the brink. Fortunes are won, lost in the time that we blink. Gotta take a shot, no room for regret. Living on the edge, ain't done with it yet. Get it, come get it if you think you can. Break through the noise like a madman. There's a fire burning deep in the night. Get it, come get it if you've got the night. Don't wait for tomorrow. The moment is now. With a heart full of thunder, don't ask why or how. of glory. Find your ticket to ride. It's a roller coaster, baby. Buckle up for the ride. Get it, come get it if you think you can. Break through the noise like a madman. There's a fire burning deep in the night. Get it, come get it if you've got the night. Get it, come get it if you think you can. Break through the noise like a madman. There's a fire burning deep in the night. Get it, come get it if you've got the night. Rising with each beat of the music is bringing. We're flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full. I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive. We're just listening. We're existing. We stay when the music plays. Let's drop low and the people sway.
Welcome back to the Ascent Tournament Series, Season 6. This is the SportyFC Ascension Cup Championship. We're in the semifinals now. Apologies for those long delay. We've been waiting for the rest of the match to complete, but the quarterfinals are now done and over with here. Araufbeastrl 2 is now joining us now. You got to see the very last quarterfinals to end their SP Echo, having just taken down the BF Blue Jays 4-1. Well, that's happening. On the other side, the other semifinals already begun. Spartan Bun taking on NBDA Neon on Fox's stream. We've got SP Echo versus Post Pounders Purple. You got to see this SP Echo team here as well so far tonight. So here are Off Beast. You've gotten to see SP Echo. You've gotten to see what this team does. This team won last season, and they're looking to do something that only two other teams have done before, and that is win 2 seasons in a row. For SP Echo, who have gone by a couple different names in the past, Optimal Echo. Before that, it was Lunar Echo. A super aggressive team. All 3 of their starters extremely solid here, but Off Beast, you've gotten to see what they've been playing like tonight. How has SP Echo looked to what you expected out of them?
So SP Echo playing pretty much perfect Rocket League from what we're seeing so far. A little bit of blips and bloops that we've seen out of them against the series for the Blue Jays, but Blue Jays just not able to capitalize entirely on the absolutely perfect rotations from SP Echo so far. So I look to see them doing a lot more against Post Pounders Purple, but just gotta make sure that they continue to play solidly as a team. That's mostly just a team play so far.
These two teams have a little bit of history against each other. Last season in the regular season, they played against each other. They were both part of the same group. They weren't this season, but they were last season, and it went to Game 5. Post Pounders Purple went to the semifinals last season as well, lost in their eventual matchup to Great Raid, who again then lost in the grand finals to at that point, Optimal Echo, now SP Echo. Tonight, though, we'll see if SP Echo can keep that run going. Let's go to the semi-finals here. The champions of last season, the defenders of that tournament victory, the title of Ascension Cup winners, looking to keep their title safe. So far, they've gone through one, but they must go through a familiar opponent to them here in the Post Pounders Purple, who take to the orange side of the field. SP Echo is on the blue. And yet again, another best of 7 here. And for both these teams actually playing with substitute tonight, I've just noticed. SP Echo with Cold, who in this lobby is going by the in-game username of Luno. And for Post Pounders Purple, their longtime sub in Homie with the name of Unk. So both teams going with some substitutes here. That's going to really shake things up, Off Beast.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of a different roster going into the SP Echo BF Blue Jay series, so a little bit new for me as well. Didn't see Luna in on the last game, so gonna be very interesting how he goes into this series. And Luno, speak of the devil, finds a way to be the opener and scorer here.
I mean, his name says it, right? He's cold, so that's exactly what he will be here. A cold, icy shot right by the Post Pounders Purple. If there's anything that SP Echo is known for, it's that aggression. This is an aggressive team that plays a whole lot of offense. I don't think it really matters if Cold's added in there. They might lose one of their attacking options in Rice Mix, but they've still got Smirk and they've still got El Macho, both of which are known for attacking. If I'm not wrong, El Macho was our regular season and playoffs MVP last season. That's not something that happens often when a player that was the regular season MVP takes the playoffs MVP. This season, Smirk actually leading in the overall rating will likely be named as our regular season MVP as well. So SP Echo, again with, MVPs with extremely aggressive offense. This team likes to play aggressive, they like to play up high, and they've got a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of things that they do really well. And Post Pounders Purple, they need to show us that there's something that this team can't do well here. There's a double tap. Oh, what a strike. Homie jumps in, and the Post Pounders with an immediate answer, and what an answer it is.
Yeah, just such a great read here. Unfortunately, Luna just not in the right place at the right time. And it's just such a great way for them to capitalize here, but gotta keep on going. It is still 1-1, only a minute in here, so a lot of action that can happen between both of these two teams.
Cole to the back wall. Will trying to set things up. Going for his own shot. Oh my goodness, he's done it again. Cole got, saw a shot earlier, got beat on the ball up that back wall, but this time he's bringing it right back to Homie. This time Homie had no chance to block it. Top right, perfectly played, and the SP Echo substitutes. You'd normally expect substitutes to play kind of a quiet role. Clearly, that is not the formula that Cole's been given.
Yeah, substitutes, usually we get a little bit less representation when it comes to how good we can be, but subs can always surprise you here. That's exactly what we're seeing so far. Specifically out of SP Echo, the 2 goals to come from them are from Luno. Keep in mind.
Off the back will be a bit of an awkward play to keep things here as El Macho, the Season 5 Playoffs MVP, looking to keep things moving up the floor. Second touch. We'll have Smirk in the follow, and this one will be left into his midfield. A bit of a whiff there. Two players whiff. Tom doesn't have this one. It's a wide open net, and El Macho will take it. Calamity in front of the net for post pounders, and it will be Espieka who eventually jump on it.
Yeah, I don't know how this happened. 3 players on the goal line for the post pounders here, but nobody able to get a touch on the ball. And it's going to be Espieka all over it.
Offense still here as this one to the floor. It looks like it might be another chance here as Cole trying to find one. El Macho now. Dribble. Smirk can't get to it, a bit too close. And the post pounders getting a taste of that aggression that they're all too used to against this Echo side. Doesn't really matter what name they've gone by. This team knows how to play offense, and they do it so well, and especially in playoffs where there's so much pressure for teams generally want to play more defensively. It seems to get even more aggressive from Espieka. They just want to keep playing upfield. They seem to play up even higher, and if you give them that room, boy, do they like to take it as a wide open play for Cold, and that's a hat trick for the substitute. So he's subbed in for Rice Mix. Rice Mix apparently was having some technical issues. Well, he shouldn't feel too bad about this, because clearly Cold is the answer for Espieka right now. 3 goals on the floor so far, and this Echo side, this is the offense we expect of them, this is the aggression we expect of them. Even more importantly, this is the kind of scoreline we expect out of them.
You gotta give a little bit of credit there to Smirk and El Macho as they found a way to manage to get the bumps to open that one up. Just absolutely great team play, as I said before. This is what makes this Espieka team so cohesive together. Great clear off the back line from El Macho to keep Espieka from being in too much danger here. Continuing to keep it forward, but easily back in control, and Espieka ready to get back into it.
Yeah, and another chance. That one's just off the back post. Espieka just driving forward as a demo in the midfield will leave things open for VGR Revolt. This one for Macho will be Cole. Now Tom jumping in, and Homie, he's already got a goal for post pounders. The long-time substitute for this team as another shot. Smirk gets to it. Cole jumps in and will keep it away. Espieka getting on a defense and getting on a defense quickly. El Macho to keep things upfield. Revolt. Little room in front. It's the first challenge here from Smirk, and yet another play for Echo to win. I think a big surprise this game is the fact that now with Vice Mix not showing up, neither of these teams playing with their captains at all tonight. You know, the usual team leaders, as Cole gets another one here. The usual team leaders, the players that usually appoint themselves as team leaders, not here in this matchup. You would have to expect then that there's going to be in-game leaders on both sides, and well, I think we still need to wait a little bit more to see who's going to do it, but eventually you're going to see a burgeoning leaders for both sides. Players take charge, and right now for Espieka, clearly whatever they're doing, it's working well. Cold has had a icy performance start out here in Game 1, and if this is consistent from Cold, it would be pretty incredible if it's that consistent. I don't know if anyone has a chance to block him.
Yeah, he's just been so dominant here so far. We thought Rice Mix being in the mix was good enough as it is, but clearly we've been wrong in that first series in the quarterfinals. Luna making an absolutely perfect entrance for him into the playoffs.
The obstacles for this post-pounder side been numerous, but they'll get it here. That one sails into the net. And at a time like this,
such a good try from El Macho, though, trying to get the read on it. Actually had another opportunity there to get it, but fortunately couldn't get the second touch either. It's gonna be a goal here for the post founders.
I mean, with this kind of time left, I don't know really for this post founders team if there's any hopes of coming back in Game 1. The question is, can you just get some momentum for yourself? Is that goal going to be the positive spark for a team that definitely seems to need it? Right now, Espieka with a high-scoring Game 1. And for Postbounders Purple, who lost in the semifinals last season, it feels like it might be deja vu all over again for them here. Game 1 going off terribly. They gotta do something drastic if they don't want this to continue.
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far for Espieka, but again, this is what we love about Rocket League. You've got to have the consistency. You've got to keep on going and pushing through. And this is a best of 7, so consistency is going to be especially what matters if you need to go the distance.
Yeah, definitely will be here. For SB Echo, though, we know they're consistent. That's not a question if it's not a question of if they are consistent. We know this team is consistent. I mean, this season going, 4-1 throughout the entirety, winning out their group as well. Their only loss this season coming rather near the beginning of it. Or sorry, it was near the end of it. Sorry, it's the very last match against NBDA Midnight. If their worry was Midnight's already out of this tournament. So for them, they're not going to be too concerned. I mean, this SB Echo team's so aggressive. They have such a good playstyle for playoffs. Again, you can tell why this Postbanners team, they know them, they're fearful of them, and for good reason if SB Echo keeps this kind of offensive push going, because as long as the aggression continues, as long as the striking continues, as long as you see Cold and El Macho, continuing to play that offense, for Postbanners, they've got a lot of work cut out for them here, and right now they have not been able to step up to the spotlight.
I think that's going to be the biggest thing to watch out for the SB Echo as well. Luno might actually be a MVP candidate if he continues to play at this high of a level before we even get to the grand finals. If SB Echo do make it that far, though.
Yeah, of course. We can't say that SB Echo is going to make the grand finals yet. It hasn't been confirmed. And I mean, just last series on this stream, we signed NBDA Midnight, win Game 1. Now, it wasn't this dominant. It was actually quite close. But they lost the next 4 to Neon in rather convincing fashion here for SB Echo. As we said, consistency is going to be key. They've got to be consistent the rest of the series, but that's one thing that they have generally been pretty good at in playoffs, is being consistent. Although with the sub, we'll see. For Cold, having, I think 3 or 4 goals last game, it's going to be very tough to do that consistently.
I think 4 goals in game 1, yeah.
Yeah, with how many goals they had, I don't think that's consistent, but if they can at least continue to be an offensive firepower for SB Echo, I don't think that's really going to change all too much about this roster.
Yeah, and look at him now, just a little bit back and forth to start this one off. Not as fast as of a start that we saw out of game 1, so a little bit of a slowdown. Both of these teams a little bit more used to each other now, so might be a little bit more interesting how they'll have to get creative to find a goal to kick off game 2, almost getting that one in. Great save from Kessler.
Yeah, speaking of, actually, Kessler subbing himself in. I didn't even notice that until you mentioned him, but Postbanners already going for a mid-game substitution. You don't generally see teams make changes this early. Tells you again that I think it's the strategy that I talked about for Postbanners is what they need to do here. They need to do something drastic. So for this one, they got rid of Major Tom, brought back in Kessler. Just again, trying to do anything drastic just to keep this thing going. And Kessler, somewhat of a defensive type player, definitely likes to get a couple of blocks. He's generally going to be more defensively minded. I think for this team, they know they need to play defensively. They know they need to play a little further back. They've got someone like Kessler who can play a rather calm backline position. That's what I think what they're trying to rely on here is Revolt jumping in, the first lead of the series for the Postbanners.
Yeah, this has been the biggest factor out of SP Echo when they had that series against the BF Blue Jays, was just the amount of pressure the Blue Jays had, but just not able to convert. Unfortunately here, Postbanners, not exactly the same play style. So you've got to lock it down a little bit on the offense if you want to truly try and get it through El Macho. That's the equalizer there that they needed.
You know, the crazy thing is, this doesn't surprise me one bit. El Macho has moments like these last season. I'm not surprised to see him do it here in playoffs. A flip reset right on top of the Postbanners, and that's the kind of things that El Macho can do quite well here. With 3 minutes still to go for this SB Echo side, clearly in true free form right now, as El Macho to the ceiling will try to play this one in front. Will be up for Cold as a bouncing ball. Kessler to have it. Smirk. Not a really great touch here, but won't prove to be too costly for them as it's to the corner. El Macho with a booming clear. Kessler again, a captain for the Postbanners here for their last 2 seasons. Jumping in as Omi, and the lead goes back to the Postbanners.
And just look at this play here, homie. Just buying his time, waiting for the perfect shot. That's not an easy one either. You have a defender right behind the ball, but unfortunately, it does go in. It's going to be the lead here for the Postbanners.
Yeah, and a lead that they'll be more than happy with here as Smirk trying to push his way through a homie. We'll have El Macho to follow. Kessler behind, but It is SB Echo who clearly are not exactly liking their situation. Only one goal scored so far this game, and definitely a much quieter performance from Cold. Nothing to show for so far. Only one shot, but here's his second, and this one is beautiful. Tied off the back of Cold, but it may be Cold's shot that scores it. It's El Macho's assist that really makes it happen.
Yeah, unfortunately back as well for the Post Pounders. Gotta keep the defense on lock if you want to keep them out of the net. It's the issue that SB Echo forced out of the Blue Jays here, and Kessler off the kickoff. Immediately answering back and taking the lead yet again. So I believe the third go-ahead that they've had in this game, which is kind of funny because it's been 3 goals that they have so far.
Every single one of them has mattered as things stand, so I don't think they're exactly going to be complaining too much of the Post Pounders. Again, they know this SB Echo team. They're probably the team here that's the most experienced against SB Echo. They've had a couple seasons of seeing this team. I mean, this SB Echo team has been virtually unchanged since when they were first here back in Season 4. They've been here for a while. They didn't do very well in Season 1. They made playoffs, but lost in the first round. Now we're here in Season 6, defending champions. A team that knows how to play that aggression. A team that has that kind of chemistry. Trying to do something that only 2 other teams have done before them. 100x Night last season and Evolve Skylight back at the very beginning, the inception of the Ascent Tournament Series. Trying to do what those 2 teams have done, and that is win back-to-back tournaments, back-to-back championships in the ATS League. SB Echo, the pressure's on, and so too is that bad touch from Cold. Will bounce up the back wall, and Post Pounders will not have anything else to do with this. Shot on, but triple commit, actually. That's going to make things a lot tougher here as Homie really making SB Echo pay attention to him. He's had a couple great shots so far. It has one of the 3 goals this game. Clearly a problem right now for SB Echo and their defense, and if he doesn't get shut down soon, you know Homie can keep scoring.
It's a little bit the issue that we see out of SB Echo. If you get a little bit of pressure, if you can get the bumps and stuff, you might just be able to score. That one's sailing wide as well. Looked like it was going to be an opportunity there to game even further for the Post Pounders, but couldn't exactly find the touch there, and it continues to be within a 1-goal game.
Yeah, it does, in a pretty close 1-goal game, one where it really feels like that next goal is likely to be the one that wins it. Off the corner, little play here for Homie. Now El Macho's got Cold across, but Cold doesn't have the boost to jump for this, so free touch for Revolts, but will be SB Echo possession still. 10 seconds to go, though. They're really not doing a good job of getting the field. In fact, they're going backwards right now at Smirk. We'll just need to send one long, give his team some hope here. The bump, El Macho, it's high. Cold, oh, he whiffed on it. A big chance gone, and that is game 2. Post Pounders purple with an answer, and SB Echo now will have to reconfigure their playstyle because the inconsistencies there, especially for Cold. A much weaker performance this game, much more silent and much less active. Without Cold, you could really tell SB Echo just didn't have the bite that their offense had in game 1.
Yeah, this is exactly what we want to see out of the Post Pounders. Just find a way to beat SB Echo when you can, but SB Echo got to be a little bit better on the defensive line. We saw the rotations in the series against the Blue Jays. It was pretty solid, but you've got to bring it here. Post Pounders definitely not afraid to punish you every chance they get.
Yeah, that's the thing about it as well. Mistakes will happen, but you cannot have those mistakes be what decides this series. So often we see tournaments end on mistakes. Well, we'll have to see if SB Echo can, redeem themselves in any way here. But for Post Pounders trying to end the run for SB Echo, and also rather the win for Soulless Path. Soulless Path has never won a tournament in ATS. This season seems like their best chance to do so. We'll just have to sort of wait and see here, as I think we're getting a bit of a lobby disconnect here. We'll get things up and running again. But what's happening as well, by the way, the other semifinals is already concluded while we're talking. NBDA Neon continues their incredible night, a 4-1 win over Spartan Buns. That is the #1 overall seed out of the tournament just like that, and quickly too. NBDA Neon have given themselves and the NBDA organization the opportunity to win their first championship. So with all 3 teams left, all 3 of these orgs, one of these orgs is going to win their first ATS championship. We will not have an org. We will have an org that has not won before win tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting here. Definitely one of the best feelings for any org to play in any league. Just trying to get your first win in that division, and sometimes even in the league in general, it feels just as juicy and just as amazing. Gotta love to see it though.
As we'll get a little bit of a remake here while we wait on that. I mean, you saw SPECO, you were talking about those rotations are off beast. I want you to talk a little bit more. What about those rotations you saw were the issue? Because I really thought the offense was an issue in that last game, but you talked about the defensive issues that this team had in game 2. What were you seeing from them defensively that could really be a problem and something that the post-pounders should absolutely take note of?
Yeah, one big thing is going to be just how they try to commit after the ball. There's times I've seen them going a little bit too eagerly at the ball, a little bit of double commits when they probably only need one up. And it definitely could cut into the rotation a little bit if you have 2 people missing on the ball. Usually leaves the net open. Had a couple of opportunities that happened like that for the post-pounders in game 2 where the net was open because of a double commit.
Well, as you were talking as well, that those double commits can really be a problem for you. And for SPECO, not really the team I would expect to fall into double commits, but if you put them under enough pressure, they're definitely going to. They're definitely going to have that issue as we'll move into game number 3 here and keep the series going here. But as things stand, SPECO still the favorites, but the post-pound is proving they are not unbeatable, as they may want you to believe. You know, tonight's the night to perform, tonight's the night to prove yourself, and for SPECO, after having a bit of an issue here in that last game, they're going to need to find a way to bounce back. It's not to say they haven't, they've already done that once tonight in their first matchup, but here in this matchup, it's a tougher team, one that they definitely know a little bit better, even if they don't remember them from last season all that well. And if you're SPECO, that offense, and especially with a roster that is, you know, not nearly as tried and true with, you know, again the performance that we saw from Cold, or already making a change, by the way, for Rice Mix to jump back in. So clearly, Cold's not the answer for this team as maybe we thought he was. Already bringing back in Rice Mix, who again has been having technical issues tonight, has been having internet issues tonight. For SPECO, clearly they want to have that chemistry back online. They had some success for Cold, but they want Rice Mix, they want that chemistry, they want that familiarity with each other. And for Postman's Purple means they're going to relearn this SPECO team all over again.
Yeah, and Rice Mix, just such a great player as well. When you have this trio online, they look pretty much unbeatable, but Kessler almost feeding that one through. Great clear away as it was just a little bit too far high. But again, SPECO just having this trio on the line is just going to be absolutely what they need. This is the exact roster they were able to have to stick it through and take out the Blue Jays. But you got to see how it sticks against the post-pounders. It was a close one there, a little off target, but fortunately, post-pounders continue to keep it intact on defense.
I mean, this was the roster that won last season as well, so if there's any team that you would expect this SPECO team side to play, it would be the one that has won the last championship. As, oh no, I think Rice Mix has fallen into a bit of a disconnect. He's gonna get back to this one. He turned the wrong direction and he really made a mess of that one. Initially, I actually thought he disconnected because he made that turn so wide, but bad timing, a bad moment for Rice Mix, and an easy goal for Kessler.
Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate positioning there. You can see Rice Mix noticed he wasn't where he was supposed to be. Tried to make it was just too late, and it's gonna be a goal for Kessler and for the post-pounders.
Smirk to the back wall will be a bit of a tough block there for Revolt as Rice Mix jumping in, an infield pass potential. Oh, he whipped Kessler. He'll get to it as a play away for VG Revolt. El Macho will take his time. This one to the back. And now the dribble ongoing. Up the side wall will stay for SPECO as VG Revolt. Rice Mix. So this one, front post. That one had goal on its name, but it will hit the post, stay out. A block for those Pounders, another attempt. This one in the midfield. No shot there for Rice Mix. Now it's Kessler. Taken away by El Macho, who will keep this one away. Smirk sort of giving himself up here as El Macho stays to it. He's got options midfield, but he might just go himself. Flip a reset, not made. Rice Mix denied as Homie will have yet another clearance for SPECO. Not enough time on offense to really make things happen. They've not been able to really have that barrage of shots that they're known for.
And that's a good demo there from Rice Mix as well. Just trying. Actually, no, that was Rice Mix that got demoed. I can't even see right now. It's just so entertaining up to this point, but Revolt gotta leave this one though. Amacho does find the touch. Gotta keep on going if you're SPECO. Gotta find a way to convert. 2 minutes remaining. not see too much from them. That shot just a little too high though. Now Macho able to continue, keep on going with this one.
Offense still is a play in front. VG Revolt. Oh, we got around one here, and Smirk's got to be careful he doesn't get beat as well. This one towards the goal, and it'll be El Macho and Smirk now as it's sent down the field. SP Echo. They're gonna need some support here as their offense has just not been able to make ends meet. But Ice Mix again still lagging, so the technical issues are coming back here to Ice Mix, and this is not a time you want to have it. With a minute to go, you've got to find the net as El Macho. To the back wall, Revolt, Smirk wins that one, Ice Mix can't go, and a wide open play. Homie will send it downfield, and the post pounders take the lead late, and for Ice Mix, unfortunately, continuing to suffer with internet issues. His in-game adjustment has not been able to help SP Echo. He just has not been able to help to see what's happening.
Yeah, SP Echo just getting a little bit too greedy on that play. Could have been an opportunity to convert there, but unfortunately, internet issues gonna definitely make that just as worse. Amacha though still trying to find a way to get this one through, but everybody back for the post pounders purple.
Infield touch for Smirk. Now up the side will be Kessler, played on by El Macho with less than a minute to go. SP Echo really looking like the SP Echo team we saw really run through the regular season as post pounders running right through them. A double demo and a wide open net. This post pounders team has brought fire to fire, and VG Revolt taking out two of the defenders makes things so easy for his captain in Kessler.
Yeah, Revolt made that one look so easy. Everybody on the defensive line of SP Echo looking like they were in no man's land there. Rice Mix looking for the shot here. Gonna be a little bit too high. Kessler, I want to keep it away, but Smirk still trying to look for the pressure. Got it. If you're SP Echo, keep in mind they are yet to actually get on the board here in Game 3 up to this point.
For a team full of players who all rank in the top 10 in goals scored this season, so surprised to see them not have a goal at all. In fact, let me just tell you just how unlikely this is for them right now. In terms of assists, Smirk and Rice Mix are numbers 1 and 2. In terms of score, they're all in the top 4. In terms of goals, they're all in the top 5. So, simply put, this is a surprise to see the Postman is Purple shut them out here in Game 3. And if you're SP Echo, realistically, I think this is a likely situation where they're probably bringing Cold back in and getting rid of Rice Mix. Clearly, Rice Mix having a lot of internet issues is just having a really tough time reading what's happening here. And for SP Echo, you can't afford to have that define your series.
Yeah, I'm thinking starting to go into this series a little bit more and more. It might not just be SP Echo making the mistakes. It's just post pounders able to force the mistakes, able to force the plays. Seesaw there. They got the double demo. Not exactly a mistake out of SP Echo, but just absolutely insane game sense from post pounders to try and open the net up.
Yeah, and I think for SP Echo, they're already making that choice. Yeah, they're subbing back in Cold. So clearly, they're having a lot of issues with the Rice Mix. It's not going to help them out here as well. They're bringing Cold back and looking to see if they can ride out the rest of the series with their substitute. You know, of all days to have an internet issue like this, of course it would be the day where you are literally in the final bracket. But for SP Echo, they're going to have to play with it here. And for Cold, we got to see if there's going to be enough consistency to keep things going. I really think the likely situation here for SP Echo is that they've got to find a couple goals. They've got to get Cold comfortable, because with the way that Cold's performing, this is not an easy match for them. Clearly, they are struggling with consistency. And you look at players like El Macho, you know, last season's playoffs MVP, a true team leader. If there's anyone I want to see really bring this roster together, it would be El Macho. He's done it before. He can do it again. And in a match like this, it almost feels like he needs to be the one that steps up for them.
And it looks like actually Cold's going to go back to his normal name. He's no longer a Luna. So it'll be interesting how SP Echo, though, do manage to try and come back in the series. They are currently down 2-1 as we get into Game 4 here.
Infield pass, VG Revolt trying to find that first score. Will be kept away as Cold, the first to jump, and now Kessler beating Smirk. El Macho's got to take his time. Oh, it's not a great touch. Homie's jumping in. He's had a couple goals this series already, but SP Echo not making it so easy here. Homie for post pounders around the corner. Still no one challenging as everybody from SP just kind of letting it fall to them. A lot of defense early here for Soulless Path. They're going to have to be careful not to stay that way for long as a bad touch for Cold. Miscommunication will mean that this goes all the way back. Smirk won't hold it. Kessler wide. Homie in the open cage. And SB Echo getting a bit too comfortable. That is really a bad time here. Another bump from Revolt, but really this should never have even started out this way. Post Pounders given far too much space, and Echo paid the price.
And if you're SB Echo up to this point, it may be time to try and sit down, think about how we need to go into the rest of the series, because something is not working. It is, I don't think we even know ourselves what's not working out here. But Cold to the ceiling, look for one there. Great clear away from Homie. As we're still trying to keep the play going. Homie to the skies, has a little bit too far up, and Revolt couldn't exactly find the touch, and it easily gets cleared away for SB Echo.
No goals last game, and SB Echo still no goals this game, and in fact, it's another one in. Another open net. Echo's rotations have cost them dearly. They just don't know how Cold's going to perform, and Cold, rather than taking it to the sidewall as we've normally seen Echo play over there, especially with El Macho going up to the sidewall, taking a solo effort, that one sent straight down the middle of the field, and you can tell SB Echo were not ready for that one there. A giveaway touch, no one there to defend, and Post Pounders Purple taking advantage of all these mistakes. The rotation for Echo, rarely do we see it struggle. Tonight, it is in absolute disarray right now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Post Pounders Purple looking into their round reviews here to be able to take them down. This is exactly how you want to perform against them, especially having a shutout in Game 3. An absolute surprise even still up to this point, the way they were able to pull that one off, because we're looking for another one here. Close, but not on target. It is cleared away. Cold chasing this one down, but it is, again, back to the blue side. Smirk does get it back down to the orange half, though.
VG Revolts will be challenged by Smirk as SB Echo to keep themselves consistent up the field. Challenge won by Smirk. Now El Macho bouncer will be a bit tough to read. Homie, that's a beautiful touch. Perfectly played. And for being a substitute for this team, boy, Homie has had to do a lot of work for them so far. I mean, after game one, they made that sub in Kessler. They haven't made a change since. It really feels like Homie's just been allowed to flourish so far. Goal, assist, he's been a leader for the Post Pounders, and you compare it to the sub on the other side in Cole. After what we saw in game one, he's just not been able to recreate that thing. The consistency out of Homie's been astonishing, and for Post Pounders, it's been a major reason why they've been so successful. As here he is again, a second goal for Homie this game. And SB Echo, I don't know what's happened to them so far, but this is the worst I've seen them look in their 3 seasons of competition. And it just does not seem like it's getting any better for them.
Yeah, it seems especially likely, unless they find a way to pull a rabbit out of the hat here in Game 4. They may just have to pull the timeout just to try and get a mental reset here. The mental definitely not there. You see the opportunities they're going for. They do have a little bit of the pressure, but they've just got to be able to convert when it matters most. Cold nearly having that one. El Macho nearly having that one as well. They can't find the net. SB Echo still in a lot of trouble here. 3-0 still. Cold trying to keep it on the orange half, though.
Macho to jump in, and the real kicker for that last play was that the net was wide open for Cold. That's the kind of play that you need to score at this level. And in a match like this, when your team's already doing this poorly, that's the kind of goals you rely to score on. That's really been a good way to describe how this part of the series has gone so far for SB Echo. It has just been a complete swing and a miss for them here. Feels like it's just nothing has been able to go their way. And Cold right now, trying to get themselves back into things. It will be Kessler to clear off the back wall. It's Smirk who holds on, and SP, who's now completely committed. Kessler trying to find his play back to Homie. Smirk just sends it away. SB Echo want it gone. As a play to the floor will be for Homie. El Macho to the corner. SB Echo low on time, and at this point for them, it's not about coming back in this game. Forget about that. It's about, can you even get a goal at this point? They haven't scored now in about 2 games time.
And that is so surprising. You mentioned earlier they are top 10 leaders in goals scored, and yet we are not going to see a goal so far in the first 9.5 minutes since game 2. Just absolutely mind-blowing the way that SP Echo just cannot convert every single opportunity they get here.
Cleared. Revolt this game's over, but for Postbones Purple, they want one more. They won't see it here out of El Macho, but it doesn't really matter if it goes in or not. SB Echo, I would expect that they're likely to take a tactical timeout after this game. Things have only gotten worse for them now. 2 straight games of goallessness for a team that leads in shooting, leads in offense. For the Post Pounders, they have done an amazing job at shutting them down when they need to, shutting this team down, keeping them quiet, keeping them goalless, and as expected, timeout called here by SB Echo. So no surprise, they'll be taking an extra minute in between games here, but I'm not surprised to see them do this. Now the question is, what do you do now that you've taken this time out? What do you do to, adjust to the movement against you here? It's 3-1 against them. They need to come back with a vengeance, and time is running thin for them.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is just trying to find a way to convert it when they can. Just look for the bumps. Look for whatever you can to try and disrupt the defense of the Post Pounders. And even with this timeout, even if that's not really what matters, just at least take the timeout, take a mental reset, take some time to try and make sure you go into game 5 with your head clear. And you should be able to at least get a little bit of momentum back into this one.
Yeah, 2 shots only from that last game. They really just couldn't get upfield. You compare that to 5 from Homie. SB Echo just couldn't get upfield. They couldn't get offense. That rotation's struggling for them here, and they got to play a game that isn't rotationally based. Again, I think if you're Smirk, if you're El Macho, you got to rely on that kind of duo to really set things up for you. If you're SB Echo, I haven't seen a lot of them on the same side of the field. I want to see Smirk and I want to see El Macho both play aggressive. I want to see them both play offense together. I want to see them both play defense together. I think if they're both on the same side of the field, you get that rotation, you get that familiarity. We just have to see how it works here. But for the Post Pounders, well, they've done everything right, as you said. It feels like they've been able to do so many good things. Again, I think they recognize that SB Echo is not playing in the way that they did last season. They recognize that this SB Echo team doesn't have good rotations. You know what Post Pounders are doing? They're challenging immediately. They're forcing those rotations to be stretched. They're forcing those rotations to be an issue. That's why we've been talking about mistakes out of SB Echo, because it haven't really been mistakes. It's more so than Post Pounders taking advantage of where the SB Echo team's weakest. And if those rotations stay consistent, if those rotations stay consistent Post Pounders, if they can consistently challenge aggressively like that, if they can continue to stretch those rotations, this SB Echo team is going to break quite quickly.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing we can talk about with this caliber of Rocket League around this rank. If you force every single ball, if you make yourself unpredictable, you will take down even the most consistent teams. In my time as a caster and a player, I've seen that happen. It is very successful against a lot of the top teams.
The timeout now all but over. The defending champions are at risk of elimination in the semifinals. So the Post Pounders, this here was where they lost last season, in the semifinals. Now they have a chance to progress further than they ever have before. A big opportunity for the Post Pounders. Now's their chance to take it, but SB Echo looking for an early start. Bang! What a great start. Cold to El Macho, 5 seconds was all they needed, and this is a real confidence booster for them.
Yeah, this is what we want to see out of SP Echo here. They go 2 straight games of scoreless Rocket League where they could not put one in the net. And we're already 5 seconds into game 5, and they find one really early, take the lead. The timeout buff definitely working in their favor up to this point. But let's see how they keep on going. It is the consistency that makes champions, the endurance. Let's continue to see how SP Echo adjusts.
Post Pounders right now on the attack to get that answer. Smirk will miss. Here's Revolt. He's trying to fake out El Macho, but he won't get very far there. Kessler. Oh, and a bit of an awkward play. SB Echo not really sure on who was going to take that one. It won't prove to be deadly, but the Post Pounders, again, they recognize that these rotations out of SB Echo have not been there so far tonight. And they're going to be willing to challenge them when they get the opportunity. For now, though, Echo with a lot more speed, aggressive names right now, aggressive challenges, and aggressive goals. That was all 3 players upfield for SB Echo, but it works in their favor as Homie overwhelms. Couldn't make the touch, and Smirk will make sure that one finds the goal.
And this is exactly what we saw against the Blue Jays, just the passing plays. That's usually what's going to work here. You've just got to find a way to outplay your opponent, especially if you think you are the better team here. And right now, SB Echo looking a little bit just like that. The little bit of the better team as they maintain their 2-0 lead here. Oh, what a close there. Could be an opportunity here for the post pounders. Unfortunately, it is off target and cleared away. SB Echo narrowly dancing their way out of danger.
Yeah, but they gotta be careful here. If they keep doing that, you know the post pounders are going to find a goal eventually here, especially if they can outplay the SB Echo players one-on-one. Now, though, SB Echo will look for a 3-0 lead to really settle the score here. And in a series where you're down by this many, where you're down, by this many games where it's match point against you, this is the kind of point where you need to have a dominant game. You need to come out swinging. You need to come out hot. You need to come out scoring. Because if you don't, that's just not going to scare the post bounders purple team. You need to scare them if they're going to give you room. So far, SB Echo, they're en route to doing that, but they're going to need a couple more goals, realistically, before this post bounders team is thoroughly concerned.
You just gotta keep on keeping the pressure up. We've seen them against the pressure. They found a way to make it work. Now they're in a little bit in the driver's seat, but that is just as scary at times. So you've got to find a way to make it work. And so far, the timeout, especially being very beneficial here. Cold. Oh, gonna have to try and win it here. Smurf the shot. Oh my! Just narrowly kept out, but the pressure still there against the post pounders purple.
Yeah, and 2 goals down. This is not the kind of position you want to be playing stuck on defense. Not able to get out. Really, I don't think they were prepared for SB Echo to play this high up. You can tell just how fast they want to jump into this thing. They sort of don't have a regard for their defense anymore. This is an overcommitting SB Echo team on offense. It's worked so far, and Post Bounders Purple are respecting that, but the question I think I would have is not about if Post Bounders Purple are going to be able to play that here, but if they can adapt to it later. Because I really think with a team like the Post Bounders Purple who can play that defensive structure, I don't think it's going to take too long before they can start adapting to this very heavy commit style that SB Echo is throwing at them.
Yeah, you can see there just a little bit of miscommunication. You can tell nobody really wanted to go for the ball. Will be a goal for Kessler. Just a little bit of chaos on the goal line here. I don't think anybody really knew what was happening there on the side of SB Echo. And unfortunately, the only player actually back had no boost, couldn't get there in time, and it's going to be a goal for the Post Bounders Purple.
Yeah, homie with that dummy double tap there, and I mean, that's a play where they have to commit to the double tap. It's so close to the net that you can't exactly think that homie is not likely to get that play. Faked in front left for a teammate. And the Post Pounders, again, using their teamwork to sort of outplay SB Echo one-on-one at a time, as now Revolt midfield will have Kessler. Here's a one-on-one play, and that touch could have been a whole lot better. Straight back to Smirk. And the Post Pounders will need to try again, as it's homie. Free clear for Cold. Smirk's already back, but we'll have a little bit of help here as El Macho jumps in off the corner. Kessler's got to be careful. He'll be up. So too is homie. A little bit of boost wasting there for the Post Pounders, but so far, nothing dangerous just yet, but I'll take it back right here. Smirk sends it to the goal. 3-1 up with a minute to go. And this SB Echo team, as you said, able to refresh themselves after that tactical timeout and looking a whole lot better with it.
I don't think Revolt truly trusted that shot on target there. It was so perfectly top left. You could tell the moment it was sailing in, he just stopped. It was an absolute stunner there, but Merc just narrowly able to keep that one out. Let me gotta stay back here. Gotta get this one a little bit under control. Fortunately, Cold trying to get it back to a teammate. Homie right back into play. Could be an opportunity here, but unfortunately, Cold takes one out and they take the pressure away.
That wasn't the first time I've seen El Macho go for that little in and out save inside his own net. That tells me that the rush for SB Echo to get back to defense is a bit scattered, a bit awkward. I want to see Post Bounders Purple align those counterattacks right now, because I think this SB Echo team isn't prepared for this. Here's a counterattack here. Revolt to Kessler to the nets. Too slow. El Macho gets there, but I can tell SB Echo scattered getting back to defense. Post Bounders Purple, again, a team that can adapt, a team that can make changes. If they recognize this SB Echo team's playing that high up, I think the counterattacks can be key to success here.
Yeah, and you just got to be careful on the defense here. If you're SB Echo, 10 seconds now remaining, could be a chance here. It might be game if they can continue to keep this away. Actually, it will be game here. What a way to get back into it for SB Echo. Which is exactly what you want to see from the blue team here.
Well, Echo are now game back in this thing with, again, with it already confirmed that, NBDA Neon is waiting in the grand finals. I'm sure they're eagerly awaiting to see who they'll be playing up against here in the grand finals later tonight. Well, we go to Game 6 here. This is only the second time in this bracket that we've actually had a Game 6 on any of these matches, the other being Spartan Bun, Stormport Vortex, both teams of which are now out of the tournament. SP Echo are definitely feeling the pressure. For Post Pounders, though, I'm not too concerned for them. If I was a Post Pounders player, I wouldn't be too concerned just yet. This is a team that can adapt, and a team that's pretty good at adapting, especially when it comes to defensive adaptation, as I think they'll need to do here. If they are able to play a smart counterattack player style, maybe play a little further back, let SP Echo overcommit. That seems to be something that SP Echo wants to do. I think that counterattack is going to absolutely destroy SP Echo, because they didn't handle it very well last game, and I doubt they're going to be making a change to fix that anytime soon.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I want to see out of the Post Pounders as well going into Game 6 is getting Revolt a little bit more involved. We saw them a little bit more involved in the beginning of the series, and it absolutely worked. If you do look at the scoreline for Game 5 there, he only had 114 in the series. Well, in the game. So, want to get him a little bit more out there, want to try and get him to try and create more opportunities there for the Post Pounders, but looks like, yeah, we're having a little bit of server issues on my end, at least. Not sure if
I think we're all having server issues here. So we're gonna get another reset for all of you while we wait. But for SP Echo and for Post Pounders Purple, Game 7, a lot of matches end here for SP Echo. The hope of a 3-game comeback. We'll have to see if it's made.
Yeah, Neo Tokyo, one of the funnest maps in Rocket League. We know in the RLCS especially, it's really fun because North America usually have their struggles on this map. A lot of lives end here. But considering we're in North America, both of these teams, North American, probably at that American as well, can be interesting to see who will go down. Will we see Game 7, or will Post Pounders make it to the Grand Finals?
Yeah, Game 7, not actually common to see Game 7 in these final brackets. Teams usually get their matches done. Usually get them done before that point. Game 7, especially in the Ascension Cup, has not been very common. I don't think we've actually seen a Game 7 in the modern Ascension Cup, so this could be something that would be not very common. We didn't have any last season, and I don't believe we had any the season before, so the modern Ascension Cup, as it is, the Ascension Cup from Season 4 and onward, has not seen a Game 7 just yet. Be a lovely point to, make a change to that, to finally get one here. And for SP Echo, they'll need it if they want to stay alive in this tournament to keep things going. They gotta be careful though, the pressure already on them. And the Post Pounders not looking to slow things down. It's Homie to the back and Revolt already up. Kept to the corner and away. SP Echo will chase this one down the field as it's Kessler. Smirk up is cold. It's Homie won't get this. A chance, a shot, and a goal to follow. Cole jumps, and Post Pounders Purple will not be able to keep it.
Just such an unfortunate defensive line there. You have Revolt there on the back line, had full boost, but unfortunately a little miscommunication. Gonna make it a little bit awkward there. It's a free shot for Cold. And that is exactly what you want to see out of SP Echo here to start this one off. Almost another one right back right to the orange half, but Post Pounders make a quick work of it, trying to get it forward. Smirk does get there, another shot, but great clear away. SP Echo still looking to continue the pressure up. This is really awkward for the Post Pounders Purple here, as center opponent center continue to get shotgun down the field.
A blistering pace so far, that's for certain. As El Macho looking for another flip reset. Everybody pushed up there for SP Echo. They better get back quickly. They won't. They won't. It's in from Kessler. A complete turnaround. Post Pounders all back on defense. Everyone up for SP. And this one will see nothing but net as racing back. Cold will just not get there in time.
Yeah, just so unfortunate for SP Echo there. You expect them to be able to convert the amount of players they have pushed up, but that's kind of the mistake you make sometimes for pushing it up. Absolutely amazing from Post Pounders as 2 get beat here. The ball continuing to go forward, but unfortunately nobody would make the follow-up for SP Echo. Smirk does find a way to get under control, but gets immediately deleted for his efforts here.
Yeah, we've been seeing those demos. They're starting to make that return again. Post Pounders Purple, if they can ever get upfield on a quick, fast play, they're going to go for the demos at the end of it as well. They seem to recognize that most teams at this level don't seem to handle those demos quite that well. And SP Echo definitely finding themselves to be one such team that can have issues with those demo plays, but for Cold, he'll Send it away again. The offense for SB Echo very much just trying to jump on in, double commit. El Macho in as well, so that's all 3 players upfield again. Cole's going to send it back. That'll keep SB Echo away from the danger, but again, they're sending everybody upfield. SB Echo with no regards for defense. It's all offense, it's all upfield, and it's all or nothing right now into getting those goals. A mistake! Oh, a team bump! It's a wide open net, and the post pounders take the lead.
And this is again the mistakes we keep talking about from SB Echo. Just leaving yourself so awkward on the defensive line there, and post pounders purple just able to capitalize every single chance they get. They do it again. SB Echo gotta be careful up to this point. This could be the end of the series. The El Macho to find the equalizer to get them back into this one off the kickoff.
Yeah, a big opening, a big goal, even bigger moments, if you will. What these teams are playing for. And I think the question now has to be asked is, who's going to step up in this moment? El Macho, looking for a dribble down the field, will be blocked away by Homie. Cold off the ceiling. It's 2.5 minutes left in this game as it's Smirk with the drive, with the play off the back. Won't have the post to follow, but he won't need it here as El Macho up is Cold, and Kessler, well, send it away. Tied still with 2 minutes left. The offense the other way. Cold's got a hold. Now he's got Revolt. Now he's got Homie. He won't get through the last of those 3. He has a play for Revolt. He's right in front. Sneaking behind the back lines. And the post pounders again.
And it's such a smart play here. Revolt, what a quick turn as well. I don't think Smirk expected it. Thought he had a little bit more time, and Revolt just making him immediately pay for that one. Taking the lead back again.
It feels like this game has only gotten more and more intense as El Macho, it's a wide open play back. Revolt, oh, we just missed that one as it will hit the post and keep SB Echo in it. Smirk, corner, Cold, Kessler will have it. The pace has not slowed down at all this game. These teams are playing so fast right now. It's almost as if they want to, so it's almost as if they want those mistakes to be made. And SB Echo, they want those plays as well. In front of that again, it's a barrage right now that the post pounders are handling, but they're handling it quite well. 3-2, they're the ones in the lead. It's SB Echo who has to play aggressively right now. Homie to Revolt, dunked by Cold. El Macho racing back, won't find a defender to take down with him. Homie, Smirk beat. El Macho will fare the same, and Cole's the only one back. El Macho racing to defend his goal line. SB Echo just desperate to get this ball out to get themselves chances, but right now they haven't been able to get shots in the last couple of moments.
Yeah, SB Echo just trying to find every chance they get there. Cold just trying to send it to the backboard. Didn't have the boost to get the angle right here, and that's going to be critical. Got to get the boost management down as well if you want to try and give yourself a chance here, but time is waning away. This is your last chance here, Cold, to the skies, but Kessler to keep it away.
It just feels like that for SB Echo, it feels almost hopeless at times for them. Almost like they're driving at a brick wall of the post pounders. This team knows how to play defense, and they're doing everything they can to just stay on the defensive side. Kessler, Cold to the corner. It's him and Smirk who both got to go for this one. It's an open play in front. Cold's jumping. He'll avoid the play from Kessler. Off the corner, it's El Macho to not find the clear. It's straight to Homie and straight into the back of the net. Post pounders purple have weathered the storm of SB Echo, and in game 6, the defending champions will see their tournament end in the semifinals.
Yeah, there's still a chance here, Sporty. You gotta be a little bit careful if you are pounders, but it does certainly look that way. Another shot. This is on target. Revolt right away. And the last chance here. Gonna wait away. The ball still up, but post pounders purple gonna make it to the grand finals. Amacho at least gonna get one for the road here.
Tonight's been a night of terrible circumstance for SB Echo. Disconnects, playing with a substitute, having a bad start to this series. You can tell they have what it takes to win championships, but tonight they really just could not pull together with Cole. They couldn't get things going. And I think the big difference tonight was that they started with the rice mix. They made the substitution to Cold here in this series. I think if they started with Cold earlier tonight or off Beast, I think we could be talking about a different series. It was close, and realistically, I think for Cold, he really warmed up by the end of this thing. But for the Pros Pounders, credit where it's due. In that last 6 game, they needed to play well. They did just that. Their defense was phenomenal, and for their organization, this is their first time in the Grand Finals.
Yeah, just an absolutely perfect series for them. This is not, I think, what we would have expected. I think you said earlier, SB Echo, the one expected to make the grand final. So a little bit of a surprise out of Post Pounders, but with the way they played, you can't be too surprised, as it was a little bit more perfect Rocket League than SB Echo could handle.
Yeah, and for SB Echo, unfortunately, their run's over. So the bracket now, all the way down into the grand finals. NBDA Neon will take on the Post Pounders Purple in our final match of the night. So for SB Echo, no chance to be the 3rd team in history to win 2 in a row. But for Post Pounders Purple, NBDA Neon, this is their chance to put themselves at the top of ATS. Reminder: tomorrow is the 3v3 Catalyst Cup Championship. So that's going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So just like how tonight has been going, tomorrow you'll be seeing, again, 8 more teams compete for the top of the league. But Arauf Beast, the grand finals is not too far ahead of us here. NBDA Neon, Post Pounders Purple. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to have the grand finals of the SportyFC Ascension Cup. Somebody will win this tournament, either Post Pounders Purple or NBDA Neon, and one of these 2 teams is going to have their first championship victory. We'll see who it is very, very soon.
Dreams collide in sleepless nights. Stars explode through blinding lights. Victories found in the fight. I'm on top, my soul ignites. Life's a game, we learn the rules. Twist and turn like misfit fools. Through the pain we break the chains. Find the win through loss and gains. I've got a heart that's never quitting. In this race I'm always sprinting. Feel the power, victory sings. Born to conquer, spread my wings. Castles built on hope's foundation. Rivers run with pure elation. Through the storm I'll find my way. Triumph shines like break of day. Tides may turn, but I remain steady, strong, won't yield to pain. In the end, the truth will show. Strength and heart, the seeds we sow. I've got a heart that's never quitting. In this race, I'm always sprinting. Feel the power, victory sings. Born to conquer, spread my wings. Tides may turn, but I remain steady, strong, won't yield to pain. In the end, the truth will show. Strength and heart, the seeds we sow. I've got a heart that's never quitting. In this race, I'm always sprinting. Feel the power, victory sings. Born to conquer, spread my wings.
Come over here. I see it in your eyes, I feel it in the air. I know you're going through it, you know I've been there. But life is like a highway, it ain't always fair. It's how you persevere, chasing the wind. Gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind. Gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Look at you now. You finally did it, finally made your mama proud. Yeah, they doubted, but the fire never drowned. Your haters in the crowd, all eyes on you now. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Your friends, they talk, saying you should be the one to stop. They say you're wrong. Don't you let them get into your thoughts. They're gonna tell you anything, but that's not the way you should think. You're a star, gonna win it all. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend. Chasing the wind, gotta love it while you can. In the moment, let it in. No holding back, can't pretend.
Well, here we are, everyone. The SportyFC Ascension Cup Grand Finals here in the ATS Season 6. I'm SportyFC. Joining me here is Araufbeastrl once again. And Araufbeastrl, we saw a pretty impressive showing in the semifinals here. Post Pounders Purple taking down the reigning champions in SP Echo 4-2. While that was happening, NBDA Neon took down the Spartan Buns 4-1. So far tonight, we've seen a lot of crazy plays and a and two big upsets in the semifinals. Our two top-seeded teams are gone, and instead we have teams that have not won yet. Postbounders Purple made the semifinals last season, weren't able to do NBA Neon playing in for their first time. Only one of these teams can be champions of ATS Season 6, though, and, well, this is it. One more match to prove it. Both these teams have guaranteed a part of that $50 prize pool, but realistically, you know what these teams are looking for. They're looking to be champions. They're looking to have their names immortalized in ATS history, and to do that, you must win one more time.
Yeah, and I'm going to go reference a little bit of RLCS here. To be one of the best, you have to win a championship to immortalize yourself as one of the best to ever touch the game, or in this case, to touch the ATS Ascension Cup whatsoever. And to do it here, especially with how much it's changed probably since the first ever season we've had here at ATS, it would make it even more sweeter for these players here.
Well, just to let you know how old the first season of ATS was, I was actually still competing when the first season was coming out. So it's been a while since I've actually competed in any league specifically. But for ATS, this is Season 6 of the Ascension Cup, and this is the Grand Finals. On one side, NBDA Neon, on the other, Postbounders Purple. Both these teams, they've never won a championship, but tonight will be the night for 3 of the 6 players on the field. Will NBDA, New Balance Data Association, find their first tournament victory in ATS, or do Postbounders Purple avenge what they couldn't do last season and get the win that they've been looking for so long? For a team like Postbounders, who really have only made one change, and that is the addition of Homie, who we have here playing here tonight, who's been having an exceptional performance. I mean, you gotta think about the pain that Revolt and Kessler had felt. These guys, they've been playing here before. They know what it's like to not win a championship. Clearly tonight, they'll like to take it here, but Neon, not making it so easy, will have the first goal.
And what a great 50 this is. Revolt thought he had the touch, had the carry, but fortunately, Superb Trash Can able to come in with the 50, rip it away. And what a laser it was, even coming off the 50 there for the first opening goal here in Game 1.
NBDA Neon we saw them earlier against the NBDA Midnight side. A incredible performance. Specifically, I gotta mention Brand. Brand's gonna be the player you're gonna want to watch here on this team, at least in terms of shooting. This guy has some of the best accuracy in the league, and he has some of the best accuracy tonight. Usually tonight, you don't see accuracy being something that we talk about in regards to it being a good thing, but tonight it's been a great thing for It's Brand, although he hasn't had much to do so far. Superb Trash Can has yet again set up a teammate here, and this time it's P Big Nut and NBDA Neon with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and just smart gameplay there from... I can't even think about it. I'm just so many nerves here with the Grand Finals. You just got to figure stuff out here, and it's been pretty much all Postbounders up to this point, but they've got to figure out how to lock in here. They're down 2. So, gonna be very exciting here. Gotta buckle up. We still have more action. Kessler back downfield, could be a shot, will be a goal to open this one up.
And a complete collapse out of Neon. It's Superb Trash Can running into P Big Nut there. And what's so odd about this is that these players have generally had quite distinct playstyles, quite distinct positioning so far tonight. You've seen Superb Trash Can and Brand really take the aggressive role. Brand oftentimes shooting, Superb Trash Can oftentimes being the one to make the pass happen. And you have P Big Nut usually taking the defensive role. You haven't seen a lot of overlap there. Surprised me to see the Superb Trash Can jump back like that and cut off his own teammate. And for the Postbounders now, another chance and another goal. Kessler, well, 2 for 2. Postbounders, my goodness, have not taken those first couple goals too easily. Have come right back screaming, and Kessler, in the face of NBDA Neon, has found success.
Postbounders still very dangerous. We saw it in the SP Echo series. They came out a little bit weak to start things off, but once they got going, they steamrolled. I believe, I think, going to the point of shutting out SP Echo for 2 straight games. What we weren't expecting, but that's just how powerful this Postbounders Purple team is. Homie gonna get the go-ahead here for them here.
Yeah, and P Big Nut bumps out as well as sort of chips there by Kessler, who we haven't mentioned too much about Kessler, I think due to the fact that he hasn't really been scoring all that much until now, but Kessler has done some great job off the ball. You can tell Kessler is a solid off the ball player. The bumps, the aggression, a lot of it's come from Kessler. And I mean, you can't deny that's a big part of their playstyle here is, are you, what? That's going to go in. Superb Trashkin will be given credit, but he really didn't have much to do with this goal. That one bouncing back, and Revolt's getting the last touch here with a redirect. It's a great redirect if it was on the other side of the field, but that's on his own net, and Neon, not complaining, will tie the game up in some of the most unusual of ways.
Yeah, and Revolt, it just shows just how good of a player he can be sometimes, even if it's on your own net. It's just so fun to watch them play. What a save there from Revolt, but again, Postbounders Purple will just able to keep it alive here. Just a little bit of chaos there, a little bit of overcommit. P Big Nut trying to convert here, but unfortunately, nobody able to swarm in on this little bit of a miss ball here.
Homie to clear, will find Kessler, oh, but maybe not so easily. Homie's still up, and he's had a couple goals to speak of so far. That one low will not turn into one as Brand. That's straight down the middle. You don't really want to hit the ball there. It leaves yourself open to a lot of immediate attacks. As Post Pounders will take this one back. Big Nut waiting for Kessler now. We'll have it sent all the way back to Superb Trashkin. He's got best too. Kessler's already airborne. Brand to the corner. Very quiet so far. Only one shot this game for the guy who's been scoring a lot of the goals tonight for NBDA Neon. Brand, I want to see him really get involved more as the match goes. We saw what he could do in the quarterfinals. If he can find the net, if he can continue to score at will, I mean, this is an NBDA Neon team that can go offense first into even more success, even more wins.
Yeah, Postbounders Purple just continuing to try and keep it out of their own half. It's a little bit of a struggle here. NBDA Neon just having their number up to this point. Homie trying to find a forward, still has a forward, still a dangerous shot here. Kessler not able to get it. It's Brand able to get the clear here.
And right now, with it being as even as it is right now, you have to wonder what's going to make the difference here. These teams have had some pretty exceptional defense tonight. That's not always been the case with every team we've had here on stream. I honestly want to say, I think, honestly, a demo might be what changes this game. And if it's a demo that changes this game, Postbounders Purple, I have to think of the team favored to get that goal. For NBDA Neon, I want to see more demos. We haven't seen much out of them in terms of that kind of aggression. I want to see them do it. I think those demos could really open things up, especially with a Postbounders Purple team that knows how to play defense. That's not really something that they've ever had issues with, is defense. And for Neon, they're going to need to have that defense. So far tonight, the opponents they played against, not really known for defense. This Postbounders Purple team, they definitely brought the defense tonight, and if you're Neon, you gotta find a way to break that down. Whether it be demos, whether it be passes, whether it be something, you gotta find a way to break it down. I think the demos are the way to do it, but for Neon, they just gotta find a way to break that defense, to get rid of the, players challenging and open things up for themselves. Because right now for the Postbounders Purple, it's pretty well locked down, and Revolt, 13 seconds left, may have just won this game with a shot off the crossbar and in. No chance to save it for Big Nut.
That is just such a great shot on target. I don't think anybody expected that to be on and in. Luckily, crossbar down, nobody reading it, so nobody gonna keep it away. But going back to what you said about the demos, I really do think Postbounders Purple, if they can bring the pressure, they can bring the demos, which they have been a little bit more well-known in that SB Echo series to do. It's worked so perfectly well. It could work so perfectly well here against NBDA Neon.
Well, for now, it's already worked in Game 1. They're up in the series, up in the Grand Finals. And with the way that things go, every single game, a big monumental push further in this one. And I think the big thing to talk about is that shooting, is the shooting. 4 shots to 7. Postbounders actually were beat on shots by Neon, and yet you can just see the accuracy. That's not something that I was really expecting from them to have that kind of accuracy tonight, but they brought it. And everybody on this team having a part of it too. It's a 3-headed dragon out of the Postbounders and NBDA Neon. They're a big score tonight, at least from the quarterfinals, and Brand with nothing to show for only 1 shot. That's the kind of person I would expect to see show up in the Grand Finals, and Brand, very quiet. We're going to need to see him bring this one back. We need to see him show us what he did earlier tonight and how he can play that offensive positioning so well.
Yeah, Postbounders Purple just got to keep the momentum going, got to keep the pressure going. You see the And it's just right there in the score line. Every single time they've put a shot on target, it was in. Just find a way to cherry pick. Do what you know you can do. Don't push yourself too far forward. We've seen them be able to play at that kind of high caliber. I think they can continue playing at that level here.
Well, we'll move into game number 2 now with how things will go. And here it is. It's, you know, the pressure is on to keep things going for Post Pounders. They're one step closer to winning the tournament. They're one step closer to being ATS Season 6 champions. NBDA Neon will... we can't exactly count them out at any point in this series. Not what we've seen from them tonight, not what the players, not what the teams that they played against, not what the players that they have, but for Post Pounders, I really think this is likely to, if they're continuing to play this kind of playstyle, it's likely to stay extremely low scoring. That's going to favor their defense, and it's definitely not going to favor the NBA Neon offense if accuracy isn't their strong suit, at least not from game 1.
And Pervasive still trying to figure out each other here. It's a great clear back downfield for Revolt, but fortunately, NBDA, Kessler cutting that one off. That's a midfield that might be a shot here, but Revolt just not able to convert it there. And NBDA Neon just continuing to try and break down the defense here of Post Pounders Purple, but keep on striking back, keep staying in this one close. And Kessler with the demo, trying to get this in midfield to Homie with the shot in the goal. And Post Pounders Purple, they kick game 2 off with the lead.
And another demo to get things going. Look at this from Kessler. He forced Brand into the net. The reason that pass goes off so easily is because because Brand couldn't challenge it. And you know what's the sad thing too for Brand? He knew he had to challenge that play too. He knew exactly what was happening and still couldn't make a change. The adjustments, the moves, the bump attempts. Kessler really doing everything right now off the ball to support his team. And Post Pounders Purple, I gotta say it again, it's Kessler right now that is the difference maker in a series like this. And it's weird because he hasn't really had that many touches on the ball in this series. He hasn't really had to do much on the ball, but it's what he's done off the ball that has been the change, the difference that has allowed Post Pounders Purple to, at least in the early parts of this series, surge ahead.
I mean, looking for the shot here. It is on target, but it's a great clear from Superb Trash Can. Kessler trying to keep it forward. This is what we want to see out of Post Pounders Purple. That goal earlier as well. Gotta credit to Demo. As you said, Dema's gonna be probably more so the defining factor of this game. It's a shot on target and a goal for Homie. Nobody home here for the NBDA Neon.
Well, it's just another play, another opening, and another goal for Homie. 2 for 3 so far in this game. And with 3 minutes left, boy, this is, I don't know what else to say anymore, but this is a scary situation to be in for NBDA Neon. Post Pounders have you beat, but not here. Chaos in front, and NBDA jump on it.
Gotta credit a little bit of the bump here. Kessler just popped so awkward there. Homie having to come in off the backboard there, but too low for him to be able to come in. And unfortunately, NBDA Neon gonna be able to convert and take advantage.
Revolt to the corner will have a little bit of open room in front. Only a 1-goal lead now for Post Pounders, and they're eager to get that 3rd goal and recreate the 2-goal lead. Homie, well, he won't have a shot here, but Kessler will have a chance. He'll leave it. Homie, and he jumped in front of Revolt. That would have been a great play for Revolt. Homie, maybe a bit carried away. Took it away from a teammate who I think had a much better opportunity.
Yeah, I think they might have been looking a little bit for the team pinch there, looking a little bit too comfortable there, but that's the thing. You don't want to get too comfortable. We've seen it out of SP Echo in the last series. They got too comfortable. They got scored on. And as we look at it now, SP Echo also aren't in the playoffs anymore. They got eliminated from Post Pounders. And that's another shot. That's a goal from Brand this time to find the equalizer. Post Pounders looking a little bit too eager there. Too many people caught up in the play. And unfortunately, Revolt not back in time to get the save.
It's going to just hurt them a little bit more here. Tied game, even scoreline for Post Pounders. Tonight's proving to be quite a difficult one for everyone here at NBDA Neon. Looking to add on top of that run here. A superb trash can. Oh, chipped from behind will chase after Homie. And what I've really been impressed with is how much the goals have been able to pick up so far. for both these teams. It's methodical, but it's consistent, and boy, it is lethal. Their accuracy so far this series has been rivaled by no other team tonight. It's going to be a battle of who loses that accuracy, because something like this is not easy to keep consistent. And I mean, if I'm on either side, it's about staying consistent, about keeping the accuracy as high as you can, about getting your best shooters on up forward, because it's going to require that with how many goals are flying in and how few shots you're actually having.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing about post pounders as well. Just trying to keep this one under wraps. And the Bubs whole brand getting absolutely bullied at the midfield. Finally managed to get out. Revolt, though, does have control in the corner, still trying to keep it forward. Great cut there from P Big Nut to try and keep this one going. Another jump there, but Kessler keeping this one well under wraps. It's a shot, though, but a clear for Revolt. And it continues to go back and forth here as it remains tied at 2.
Brand forced out by Homie, and the post pounders, having had a lot of time in this backfield, would just like to get upfield and get something going. The time is running down, and you can tell they're a little bit nervous now, a little on edge, knowing that how close this game has been for them. They're not in the clear, they're not even close to it, and now they're out of position. It's open, superb trash can. He's got Brand the shot, and it hit the net. 3-2 inside the final 30 seconds. Superb trash can again with an assist that matters oh so much.
And the demo there on the back line, you know, if you are post pounders purple, you've got to get back into play. Fortunately, you don't have the boost to do it either. You have to have the ability to continue to be in the play if you want to be able to expect to be in the right there and get the save. Unfortunately, they didn't get the save. The lead now in favor of NBDA Neon, and it might just be, it will not be another one. It was close, but NBDA Neon still up by only one. Still a chance here for PPP, but unfortunately, NBDA Neon going to take game 2 and even the series.
Yeah, and an even scoreline here, and again, I gotta give credit to where it's due. Superb trash can might be the lowest one on that scoreboard, but definitely the most important player here. Two of those three goals required his pass, his assist, his work to actually make it happen. So for NBA Neon, maybe it's starting to shift a little bit more towards superb trash can. As well as Brand, as you see, 2 goals here. He only had 1 shot last game, so NBA Neon getting their attacking players back in order. If they can keep that, this kind of shot total will keep going, and it won't exactly need to be the most accurate of shooting if they can win things, as long as they have the numbers up in front.
I think this is also exactly what we want to see out of NBDA Neon. You kind of saw it out of the post pounders. They had the lead at first. They were able to bring the pressure, but they just couldn't hold on long enough. NBDA Neon able to rubber band back and get the game back on track and take game 2 here.
Well, we go to game 3 now, and I remember hearing not too long ago a good friend of mine explain that the odd games in every single series oftentimes have more weight put on them in situations like these, because you lead the series, you put the pressure on the opponents to even up with you, and you give yourself the boost that you can keep things going. Momentum really riding, I think, on this third game. Both these teams have proven they can beat each other. Now it's about can you do it over and over again? Can you keep the play going? We mentioned consistency. This is where you show that consistency. Can you beat them again? Both these teams have proven they have what it takes. Now only one of them can do it here in game 3, and only one of them will have that lead and put the pressure on the other.
Yeah, this is just a little bit unfortunate. Oh, could have been an opportunity there. Luckily, post pounder was purple. Not going to get punished here on that play. Could have been disastrous.
Off to the side wall will be P Big Nuts. NBA Neon will look for the jump midfield. You can see Brand just waiting on the back post. If anything goes towards him, you know he's got the goal in sight. As now he jumps, he's got past 2. It's a wide open chance, and it's too high for Superb Trash Can. Kessler, oh, what a strike! This one rolling in! Oh, what a great play for Kessler! Taking it down the field, and NBA Neon completely caught by surprise.
Yeah, Big Nut just working a little bit too close to the midfield there. Didn't trust the counterattack there from Post Pounders. And unfortunately, Post Pounders purple going to make them pay, especially where it hurts, with a goal. Might be another goal here. Kessler had that close, and Homie gonna send this one home. And Post Pounders purple in only the first minute have a 2-goal lead.
Well, that is a very defiant showing for Post Pounders already in this series, clearly. They have not taken too kindly to what NBDA Neon has thrown at them, and they're doing it right back the other way. And only in Game 3 as well, and you can tell Post Pounders putting some authority into what they're doing. Oh, they're going to keep doing more of it here as already a minute gone. NBDA Neon realizing they're going to have a lot to do. But P Big Nuts! Oh, he just runs right through them all. It's a play for him and an open net chance. The bump in front from Homie. Opened, on Homie by Superb Trash Can. Opens it up and NBDA Neon, I don't know if they heard me or not, but starting to go for more of those bump attempts. And I said it will work if you keep doing it. As Post Pounders Purple team, too good on defense to not go for bumps.
Yeah, you just gotta keep the defense up there for your Post Pounders Purple. You've got to be careful with the way that NBDA Neon have been playing here. We have known them to be able to play at such a high caliber game, able to find the bumps when they need it. Revolt keeping it close, trying to keep it. Oh, looking for the demo on P Big Nut, but just unfortunately couldn't find it there. Spark Trash Can up. Might have one go. He has a reset, but Revolt somehow kept that one narrowly out.
Yeah, he just couldn't get the scoop on that thing. He had the reset, he had everything he needed there. He just couldn't get the last touch. Oh, whip on defense. It's an open play for NBDA Neon, just sending one on. They tested the keeper, and Homie couldn't come up with it. B Big Nut ties the game at 2.
It's such a great goal that was. P Big Nut keeping it close. This is a little bit what we saw out of Game 2, but starting to be a little bit more strategic out of NBDA Neon. Able to find the equalizer a little bit quicker, but actually, my bad, but it's still somehow floating in, and Kessler finally punches it in, gets the lead back.
And that a big opening, a big opportunity, and a big score for Post Pounders. Just Homie doing everything he can to go. You can see him flying up the ceiling to chase that one down. We mentioned at the end of last series, we mentioned it off stream, but Homie's really has been a real bright light for the Post Pounders Purple, and to think that he's coming in as a substitute as well into this season. Homie has early earned his role on this Post Pounders Purple team starting roster, and clearly he's keeping that going here as NBDA Neon now back to the way. It's Superb Trash Can, not past the midfield. Brand will hold it in the back of the corner. NBDA again down the field. Revolt gets the bump, but it's Brand. Kessler roll this one back in as it floats up for Homie. This one's down as it's Pete Big Nuts to beat Revolt. On a flying ball, it's Kessler again. And a bounce that will be a little tough to handle. Pete Big Nut will try to slow things down as Homie stops Superb Trash Can. Now Brand, the last one back. Revolt's gonna be careful. He's getting bumped all over the place right now as Pete Big Nut chasing it will try to leave things for a teammate. Superb Trash Can doesn't have the boost. And this offense will slow down just like that as they're gonna have to try again. Pete Big Nut has Brand. He's looking for him too. No, he's not looking for the net! Oh my goodness, Pete Big Nuts subverting expectations and doing it all himself.
And this is the weirdest thing that I've probably ever seen. It looks like we're trying to hit the cars more than it is the ball. Not what you usually see out of Rocket League, but through all the chaos, NBDA Neon find a way to fight through and make Post Pounders punish here. But when almost being a goal here, Revolt does keep it away. Still up. We're gonna leave this for Kessler instead. Oh, it's a double fake here. But NBDA Neon easily staying in this one.
The game is even as it is here. You can tell just how much is riding on it. Neither side giving up that stronghold they have on the game. Something's gonna break. It might be Bran as he'll find one, chips it on, and Homie will be there to block. Now it's P Big Nut. Homie past Bran. Homie again. It's Homie on his own, and it's Big Nut to block. Kessler's back heel, keep in the corner, trying to slow things down as here goes Superb Trash Can. Back past the Bran, off the back wall. Revolt. Well, he won't have that one, but Kessler will. And here goes the Post Pounders to the back. He'll set it up for Homie. He's been good all night. He'll be good here. And another save. Superb Trash Can gets in the way, denies Homie from yet another success. Now they shoot! Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness. P Big Nut doing it almost all himself, but nobody expected Brand, who came out of nowhere for that one. And that is for the lead as well. Post Founders gotta lock in a little bit here if they don't want the series to go a little bit sideways up to this point.
60 seconds remain in game 3. And NBDA Neon, if this game were to end, it would be their victory. But Kessler, Revolt looking to say no. Will be kept off the back wall as Suburb Trash Can has it. Full boost for Neon. It's going to be very tough to break through. But Homie has his opportunity. It's gone all the way past Kessler. And Post Pounders have to reset in their own half of the field. Suburb Trash Can, that's on target. It's Homie to clear. Kept in by Brand. 30 seconds to go. Homie beats. This one is above the back wall. Can Kessler get to it? Not an easy touch to make at all for the Post Pounders purple captain, but make it he will. Revolt. Past one. Still Revolt. He'll leave this one on the side as P. Big Nut having a lot of issues following it. He'll get to Brand though. 10 seconds left, and it's a scramble for the play in front. That shot for Superb Trash Can never came. Time running out as it's Kessler with Revolt, with Homie, with a play in front. This one denied. It's kept up still. P. Big Nut can't get there. Revolt keeps it alive. The ball still. He'll flick it, but to nobody at all. And it is NBDA Neon who take game 3.
NBDA Neon able to take the lead in the series. Absolutely stunning performance so far, but gotta keep it going. Fortunately, this is not the best of 5s we're usually seeing from the regular season, so you gotta have the endurance to keep on going. So we will see at least 2 more games here from these 2 teams.
At least 2 more. I'm going to be honest. I think we're seeing more than just 2 more games in this series. If I have to be honest. With how close things have gotten, we're going to be seeing a lot more. But for Post Pounders, yet another game where they're getting outshot by quite a decent margin here. NBDA Neon with 11 shots to 5. Post Pounders, very tough to win games when you're getting when your shot total is being doubled by the other team. You got to limit those shots out of NBDA Neon somehow, some way. And really, you got to find a way to keep P. Big Nut back. Because if you can keep P. Big Nut back on defense, he's usually the first one to play defense for NBDA Neon if they feel that pressure. If you can keep him back, that's already one less person to worry about. So the plan for Post Pounders is find a way to keep P. Big Nut back on defense where he has been whenever it seems under pressure.
Biggest thing too is going to be keeping Superb Trash Can back as well. You've seen him. He's been the one very active, getting a lot of the demos there for NBDA Neon when they need it most. And that pressure is exactly how they get it past Post Pounders almost every single time. Post Pounders, a little bit an awkward spot here now down in the series. They started it off by taking game 1. But they've got to bring it back here, or they could see their grand finals chance slip away. Everybody want to be champions here, but only one can do it.
Yes, the unfortunate situation here is that in any single season, you usually have multiple people that want to win, multiple people that want to be champions, multiple people that deserve it, but if you really do deserve it, you gotta win the matches in front of you. So here in game 4, match point potential now for NBDA Neon. But for now, we wait and see if they consistency, if they do it again as an infield pass finds nobody at all. Post Pounders purple facing some real pressure here from the NBDA Neon newcomers as an infield pass. It's Kessler who will send it. Brand, that's a beautiful touch. Not only does he get the save there, but he intentionally redirects it off his own back wall, keeps the pace going so that doubles as a clear. NBDA Neon, smart decision making from Brand, and now it's gonna result in a goal. Everybody's up. Brand, oh, he won't have it though. He didn't have the boost. Revolt will get back, and Post Pounders purple fortunate to not be scored on in that play.
Yep. Brand having to be the last one back here. Homie trying to chase this one down. Brand does get the clear, but it's right back to Revolt. And Post Pounders keeping the pressure up. Could be an opportunity here. Revolt with the center, but still not enough. Homie, let's find it on target. It's a good bump on the Brand, but still not good enough to try and convert here.
Superb Trash Can. Now Kessler, Brand, oh, he's been kicked out of the net! Get off my lawn! Kessler with the goal, and Post Pounders. Not only did they break through the door, they brought in a sledgehammer, and Brand has been ejected out of Sovereign Heights.
Oh my goodness, what a bump that was. I don't think anybody expected that one to come out of the hat. But Post Pounders purple, not your typical team here. They've made the weird happen. And they continue to do it here on Sovereign Heights. Another shot going there a little bit. Oh, another shot a little bit too high. Third time's going to be the charm. The P. Big Nut going to find his way through.
being a rather defensive player, one of the defensive leaders of the season. Man, P Big Nut has had a glow-up on offense in this Grand Finals. He was not all that involved in the first series in terms of offense. He was very defensive. He got a lot of blocks. I'm surprised to see him take such an offensive shooting type role, but it's been welcomed by NBDA Neon because he's had a couple crucial goals, and especially in this Grand Finals. I'm surprised. I was very surprised to say this, but it's been P Big Nut. As you mentioned after last game, who might be the player that Postman's Purple really got to focus on shutting down because he wasn't the player I was expecting to get so many shots, but so far he has, and he's made them count.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit with the lift there. Gotta be careful here on the defensive line. Pink Pounders Purple. Gotta find a way to try and hold down the fort here. They've been able to get the goals to start it off, able to find the leads, but it's just been holding them. That's been plaguing them this entire time. Another shot attempt there from Superb Trash Can, almost going in, but unfortunately just a little bit too far high. Homie trying to find the clear, but it's Brand to bring it right back into the orange half to keep the pressure up. Could be a shot, could be a goal. Great save from Revolt.
Yeah, we'll be on P Big Nut now. We'll keep the move up the corner. It's Revolt who has the dribble. Revolt still. Revolt. He'll send it across corners as Brand back in. Tied at 1. It's anyone's goal to hit the lead off the back. Big Nuts won't have it. Superb Trash Can. Maybe the last guy you want on the ball right now is off the back. He's pinched it in front, but there's nobody home. Everybody from Neon was watching, but nobody was ready to receive it.
And it's just so dangerous here from Pink. Well, Post Founders Purple. It's another shot. Great save from Superb Trash Can. Talk about the defense of him so far. It's another clear away. And Brand just trying to find it downfield. P Big Nut with a shot. Kessler gonna be up. In from the ceiling. What a shot.
No respect. No respect at all for Kessler. Superb Trash Can, seen all the saves he made and decided to just one-up him in an aerial battle of doom. 90 seconds to take this game, and it's Neon who now, off of that goal from Superb Trash Can, maybe leading themselves in towards triple match point. Brand the block. Revolt, desperate to see a goal back, needs to see a goal back. If Postman's Purple don't want to get away from them, Superb Trash Can gets around 1, evades the bump as it's Kessler. Brand. A minute to go. Time running out here in this game. Postbounders Purple, a game you really can't afford to lose. You don't want to go down 3-1. NBDA Neon keeping them trapped as Postbounders screaming to get out.
Postbounders still trying to get out of their own half. This has been a little bit of a struggle once we get a little bit more set into a game. It's just trying to find a way to get it past NBDA Neon. They've been so good controlling it. P Big Nut from the crossbar down to try and put this game away.
Another incredible shot from P Big Nut. The accuracy that this guy has right now, he is 2 for 3. Superb Trash Can at 1 for 4 by comparison. And yet it's 3-1 in the game. NBDA Neon, the only goal against them here this game has been from Kessler. But my goodness, Neon looking to run right through the opposition as it goes across the corner. Revolt. Still time left to come back in this game, but they're going to need to make things happen as he'll take this one down. Oh, what a pass to Kessler. Up is P Big Nut. He'll get the block and deny what would have been a sure goal scoring chance if he wasn't there at all.
And Post Pounders Purple's just gotta find a way out. He's gonna open momentum. Might be another opportunity there, but NBDA Neon just not gonna push up too far. They know this game's over. They know they're now forcing match point. Post Pounders Purple really needing that timeout now to try and recollect and figure out what they need to do to make things work.
And the timeout will be called by the Post Pounders. We've been here so far. Every single series today has had a 3-1 lead, and every single series today has seen that team with the 3-1 lead eventually take the win. So for Post Pounders, timeout's called now, though. They'll take the tactical timeout here in the Grand Finals. As for NBDA Neon, again, it just looks perfect from them right now. Everybody's getting involved. The one thing I had an issue with was the fact that the offense could sometimes get a bit stale, but you can see P Big Nut stepping in when it's mattered. He's essentially taken over the role that Brand had earlier in terms of offense, and He's still keeping up the same level of defense here. The intensity that Neon brings to their play that is something that post-pounders just don't handle well. Their defense is incredible, by the way. They've got an incredibly strong defense, and yet NBDA Neon, again, it's the intensity they bring to every single play they have that is forcing the post-pounders to give up some of these goals, to give up plays, and to essentially see themselves down a couple goals by the end of the game without enough time to come back.
Yeah, this is the big thing out of NBDA Neon as well. Just trying to keep things close. They actually start out with a little bit of a downside there, going down every single game that we've seen so far, but it's been the long game that they've been playing. They've been able to make it work. Could they continue to make it work, though? That's going to be the big question. They only need one more game here to win if they want to be champions for the Ascension Cup.
Yeah, of course, but that extra minute now starting here for post-pounders. So far, the timeouts have not exactly been the most helpful here. We saw SB Echo use it last series and get a win, but we're not even able to keep that going in Game 6. It does make a difference, but for the post-pounders, really, this is just a time to slow down NBDA Neon, try to find a way to keep this team away from the incredibly high pressure that they've been bringing onto you. I mean, you've been seeing this post-pounders purple team all day, and I gotta say, Araufbeastrl, seeing post-pounders purple, seeing them struggle here, what have they been able to do tonight that you think could be useful here against, this NBDA Neon team that's only one win away from taking the tournament?
I think it's more so just trying to bring the pressure, try to get Homie a little bit more involved there on the orange half, well, actually, on the blue half, excuse me, to try and find the demos. As you said earlier, demos could be a little bit more of what could be the decider in this series. We've seen it before from post-pounders purple. When they get the demos involved, when they get the bumps, they can find the goals, especially considering how unpredictable they can be, especially here against NBDA Neon.
Timeout over. Game 5 begins, and for post-pounders purple, who made it to the semifinals last season, a heartbreaking loss to Great Raid in the semifinals. Now they have an even bigger heartbreak ahead of them here if they cannot find their way back in the series. NBDA Neon, their debut season, and now they are only championship bound champions bound with one more victory. Bran to clear, superb trash can to chase it. He'll put the pressure on Revolt, who will try to slow things down and keep it grounded. He's got past one here, a flick through. He'll stay with this one as it's up the corner. Bran will watch as a back pass to Homie, and it's kept away. Bran will get an extra touch on it, but that shot could have been better from Homie, and NBDA Neon so far not too concerned. Post-pounders purple couldn't put a good enough effort on net to really make them push themselves into a position.
Yeah, and NBDA Neon just trying to keep this one close, just trying not to give a early opportunity here to post-pounders purple. This is what they've been doing all series long, just getting the first goal here, getting the first amount of pressure. Could be an opportunity here. Homie gonna get the goal! And this is what we've been seeing all series long. Post-pounders purple, yet again, to start us off with a early lead. But the matter is if they can hold it here and force Game 6.
I've been seeing a couple, similarities between a lot of the goals here for post-pounders. Not only has Homie scored a lot of them, but a lot more of them have been from infield passes. Post-pounders purple, we're relying on those passing plays. They haven't had the room to do it, but obviously they're going to do more of it. That seems to be the one play that's working well against Neon so far. A pass, so this is not a pass, but a shot for Revolt. Saved away, follow-up not there. As a bump on Homie means it's P Big Nut. And superb trash can upfield. He'll wait, the flick up high. Who's got this one? It's Bran, and it's hit the post. It stayed away from the net. NBDA Neon will try again, but won't get past Kessler.
Yeah, Kessler still trying to be a little bit of a problem here. That's Homie to keep this one going, but you gotta be careful. Everybody stretched thin here on the side of post-pounders. Kessler narrowly keeping that one out, and it continues to go a little bit more post-pounders way, but NBDA to reset in their own half and keep up the pressure.
P Big Nut has Homie up the field, who will send it back. A double commit now for NBDA Neon. Bran Kessler will hold, and post-pounders purple more than happy to keep this one goal lead as long as they can. NBDA Neon has not been able to get themselves to move upfield where they can get those demos that we've seen them use in the past. As P Big Nut with a chase down the field. This one will bounce its way to the mid as it's Bran to the side, now to the front. Kessler, the big nut, wide open, a demo from Brand to help it out, and NBDA Neon exploding back into the game with a tie scoreline.
Yeah, not what you want to see out of the touch from Kessler there. Threw a little bit away back to NBDA Neon. The perfect opportunity there. When you get the demo, it's going to open things wide open. And that's going to be the equalizer here to keep the opportunity here close for NBDA Neon. Championship in their sights. But still a long way to go.
They'll need at least one more goal to give them that opportunity. A go-ahead goal to take that lead that they can hold until the end of this game. Superb trash can. P. Big Nut won't have this one as it's kept to the side and now kept up to the ceiling. Big Nut through one. Superb trash can. Oh, he's gonna have a jump on this. Kessler didn't make the right touch. 2 minutes to go. It's fortunately nothing more as P. Big Nut, whereas Brand will have the pass, but not made, as here goes Kessler off the back. Superb trash can won't have it. It's Homie, and it's Brand who side swipes it away from him. Kessler is up. Brand will stay. The offense back to the way for NBDA Neon. Superb trash can won't have, and it's Kessler who will slow things down and bring things back to a bit of equilibrium while these teams figure out their next move.
Yeah, Post Bounders still keeping it close. Could be shot here. Will be shot. Will be a goal. Revolt to bring Post Pounders back into Game 5. What a touch this is. Just put it perfectly where Superb Trash Can couldn't touch it. And Post Pounders gonna get the lead.
I mean, with a game like this, it's Game 5. It's championship points. Post Pounders Purple, they need every goal they can get here. Homie, off the corner. P. Big Nut's a clear. Brand will watch a Superb Trash Can looking for the assist. Oh, he's almost done it. P. Big Nut jumped in, couldn't put it through, but Superb Trash Can again trying to lead his team forward, the assist maker. Well, that was almost the assist this team was asking for. A minute left, but one more of those. I don't know if Post Pounders Purple will get nearly as fortunate on the block.
Post Bounders still trying to bring the pressure in. Still got time to waste. Could be an opportunity here. Homie booming it downfield, but Brand well ready for it. Puts it to the corner for the clear. P. Big Nut back downfield, but Revolt. Gotta be careful here. Could be an opportunity. Could be a goal, but fortunately, P. Big Nut just couldn't find the opening, and it's right back to Homie. Another chance, but Brand, again, right back into it.
30 seconds. Why not chance all they need for Neon to tie this game? They've got it! Oh, a Doomsday Dash, we saw one earlier. That one will be kept away by an incredible block on the goal line. Now Big Nut, Brand, Superb Trash Can, it's in front, but it is kept away here. Superb Trash Can, shot! What a strike! 8 seconds left!
And this is exactly what makes champion. Superb Trash Can perfectly top right, just narrowly at the last second. And luckily they might just force overtime. But that's if they really want it that badly. And they don't go for right now. But P. Big Nut going for all the marbles here in Central. It is still up. No more time remaining. If the slope hit the ground. A little bit of discombobulation there, but fortunately they will force overtime, so golden goal here. NBDA Neon get a goal here. They are your champions. If it's Post Pounders Purple, they'll force Game 6.
Off the post, Kessler, and denied on the goal line by Brand. NBDA Neon scrambling in goal. Brand doesn't have boost. Another pass. This one cleared. It's VG Revolt, who doesn't have a lot of himself. P. Big Nut Araufbeastrl. P. Big Nut's not around Homie. Superb Trash Can. So win the tournament. We'll keep it above the goal. Brand, he's got to play himself. This one's to the corner, and it's Homie to clear. Post Pounders Purple with their season on the line. P. Big Nut bumped out, bumped away. It's Homie's got a demo on Brand, and the NBA Neon forced all the way back to their half of the field. Kessler denied, but the offense still continues.
Homie almost getting that one, but it's right back downfield. Kessler gotta go now, gotta get this away. Does, but Superb Trash Can just raiding to get this mid. Revolt gotta get around one more. Looking for the shot, just a little bit too far off, but Kessler keeps it going. Post Pounders wanting this game 6, but it goes the other way. Revolt luckily back in time before that could be any danger.
Who's going to serve the game ball here? Who's going to serve the game? Who's going to be the one to step up? We've mentioned earlier tonight that there will be a playoffs MVP at the end of this thing. You really think it's that kind of a player that has to show up here when the game is this close? Kessler, home in! With the game on his bumper, it's going to Neo Tokyo!
What a special play this is as well, Bran. Just unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. Couldn't find the clear. And it's going to be post-pounders to convert here. We knew they could keep on going. They had a little bit of genius there in game 1, and they finally bring it back here in game 5.
What a moment to speak of here. The tactical timeout helping them out a little bit more, and we're going into game 6 here, Neo Tokyo. Well, we've been talking as much as we have about these teams, post-pounders. I said it's got to be an MVP kind of player that gets that kind of goal. And of course, who else but Homie to show up? He's been an MVP caliber player tonight. Unfortunately for Homie, that's only one goal. They need a lot more goals like that. And more importantly, they need to start getting some separation between themselves and NBDA Neon. With how close this is, winning 3 games in a row, that's going to be very difficult for them if every game is this down to the wire.
Yeah, especially this entire series has pretty much came down to the wire. I think there's only been one game so far that was not a 1-goal game, and it's just how dominant NBDA Neon were. Post-pounders gotta keep on going here. Neo Tokyo, we saw post-pounders eliminate SP Echo on this map. The question is, will NBDA Neon do the same to post-pounders?
The first grand finals of the season, and it may just go the distance. Game 6. The battle continues, and Pete Big Nuts! Oh, with a big strike! NBDA Neon already!
What an amazing goal this is. You saw Superb Trash Can, he wanted the goal. Boomy, though, just unfortunately a little bit too far up. P Big Nut saw the opportunity, he took it, and that was his reward. The go-ahead goal here in Game 6, and possibly the golden goal to help them win the championship if they can pull it off here.
Bran, he made up another 2 goals, Neon! Oh, they saw last game and decided they will do another Pete Big Nut again in the play, this time as the assist. 2 already inside the final 30 seconds. Postpounders purple now with alarms fully blaring.
Yeah, that timeout definitely helped a little bit with trying to calm down the bleeding that you had right there before game 5, but you've got to keep on going. It's not just about that one game, it's about the series. You've got to keep the pressure up, and so far, Postpounders Purple just not able to stay locked in, just not able to keep it up quite yet.
Homie to clear. Postpounders Purple in need of a goal here. Revolt. Kept back by Brand. Kessler with very little boost. It will be directed towards his net. As another heavy clear. This one's going to be very tough for Brand to get to. But get to it he will. And it's going to roll off the corner. Homie. Oh, no one there to shoot that one. It's too high. Not in a spot they can jump on. And well, there's more than enough time left here, Araufbeastrl, for the Postpounders to come back. But 2 goals down. It doesn't really matter how much time is left. It's going to feel like as if there's no time left for them. That's the kind of pressure that they're facing right now. Knowing a loss here means a loss of the Grand Finals, a loss of the season, and unfortunately having to accept that second place is as far as they can go.
And that's just one thing I also want to keep note of. In every single game we've seen so far, it's been NBDA Neon having to come back from behind. This is the first time that we've really seen them have a early lead and just be in the driver's seat the entire time here up to this point. Homie with a shot, easily denied there by Brand. But Revolt immediately trying to bring it back. For the double, gonna have to leave it instead for the shot. Homie denied by Brand again. NBDA Neon here to say they want to be champions here, and they may very well if they keep this up. It's another opportunity here, but NBDA Neon just continue to keep things solid here on offense.
At some point, you got to think about who has the nerves of steel at this point. The pressure, it's palpable. I can feel it right now. And I'm sure it's all that much greater for everyone else, as it will be off for the corner. Revolt. Half the game left in Postbounders Purple. No closer to coming back in this one. Only 3 shots this game and nothing to come from it. To the corner. Again, it's Postbounders who just are waiting on the defensive line. They can't keep waiting though. They've got to take chances. They've got to push upfield. They've got to make things tougher for Neon.
And this is the biggest thing too. You've got to start looking for the demos if you are Postbounders Purple. We've not seen a lot of it recently, and this may just be another goal somehow. Skirts around the post there, but Brand eventually does punch it in. It's going to be 3-0 now for NBDA Neon.
Things only getting worse here for the Postbounders. Do they have anything left in this game? Do they have any reason to stay alive? Or does our grand finals, our first of the season, end on Neo Tokyo? Kessler the bump. Will be a follow-up from Revolt. Oh, but he won't have it here. He got taken out by his own teammate. Now he's found Homie. NBDA Neon just waiting back as Brand with 2, P Big Nut with 1. It's a play in front. Nobody has this one. It's Homie, a bouncer. It's a Revolt. It is kept away. Superb trash can. Not only does he get the touch, he gets the clear, and he keeps up with the clear too. He pushes out Homie, and he slows down the Postbounders, but not for long. Kessler, top right, no doubt about it.
Absolutely tech there coming from the Postbounders Purple here. Look at this bump from Revolt. Knew he had Kessler up in the air, and he just lets him send it home. Getting Kessler finally involved, but still 90 seconds left. Gotta get 2 here if you want to keep your playoff chances alive. Keep your championship plans alive here if you are Postbounders Purple. But NBDA Neon continuing to try and play spoiler here as they continue to keep the saves going.
Big Nut. Revolts. Oh, he should have juked his own teammate, and now, it's completely falling apart here. Oh, it's off the post. Still, Bran. And he'll have another. Oh, it just all fell apart for the Postbounders rolling back. Nobody knew what was happening, and it just got worse and worse for them. New Balance Debt Association are just a little over a minute ago from taking their first ATS championship.
But it's still a lot of hope here. Just a lot of copium on the side of Postbounders Purple. They know they have the opportunity to do it. You've just got to be able to stretch yourself as much as possible to try to get this done. Revolt looking for the bump there, but couldn't land it. Luckily, Brian able to get the clear away. Still another opportunity. Homie trying to get there, but P Big Nut to keep this one close. Revolt to Homie, but Homie didn't have the boost to keep up.
Revolt now on target, but at this point, do they even have the time left? It's a play out to Kessler. It's a back wall touch, but it's Bran again who will just hold on and take even more seconds off the clock. Homie, Revolt. Big Nut bumped, but he'll stay with it as he'll make things a little tougher for Homie. Revolt, this one, sailing off the crossbar. Kessler, not on. Homie is 16 seconds. There's still a chance, but it will require a perfect kickoff play.
You just want to say that was originally, even though it eventually was going to go in. It just might perfectly waste enough time to keep Postbounders from having the opportunity to force overtime here. It's a good kickoff. Gotta rush forward. Gotta get one with just a couple seconds on the clock if you want to have a chance here, but it may just be a series here. It will be series. Your champions are going to be NBDA Neon the moment this ball touches the ground.
Yeah, it's just going to be kept up a little longer before this organization, their first season in the Ascent Tournament Series. Why not end it off with one last celebration from P Big Nut? 5-2 will end Game 6. The series ends 4-2 in favor of NBDA Neon. NBDA New Balance Debt Association with their first ATS victory.
What a way to do it too, against probably one of the best works that we've had out of ATS so far. Postbounders Purple making a playoff run in the past. Got a little bit closer to this time, but unfortunately just not enough to be able to get this one home.
Yeah, and if we take another look at that playoff bracket and how things have progressed here, obviously our champions NBDA Neon, but just looking at the bracket we see here tonight, the Ascension Cup has long since had a history of sometimes having one-sided matchups. Tonight, it still had some one-sided matches, but yeah, you saw a couple game sixes sneak in there. You saw a couple pretty impressive upsets. For our first night of playoff action here, for our first playoffs, Araufbeastrl, gotta say, it's been well worth the wait for this entire season to finally get to see a team win that championship, a team host the trophy.
Yeah, and it's just amazing the amount of talent that we got to see tonight as well. So many opportunities from so many different teams that looked like they had the championship caliber to go in there and take the championship here, but fortunately only NBDA Neon, the only one to actually do it. You can only have one, and they have finally done it. Their first championship in the Ascension Cup.
Yeah, you said as well. And with what they had to do, they had everybody kind of take roles at the beginning. You saw it by the end of this thing, everybody kind of fit into everyone else's position. Everyone kind of fit into their own kind of play style, their own kind of spot. NBDA Neon, everybody kind of got involved in offense by the end of this tonight. You really saw in the grand finals, everyone have their moments stepping up. As we are going to get an interview here with, I think it's Superb Trash Can, who's going to be joining us as well, part of NBDA Neon, to talk to us a little bit at the end of the night here off Beast. But man, what an evening it has been so far for all of us watching, for all the casuals who've been seeing this, for the teams that have been here. Obviously, this is only the first night of many. Tomorrow is the 3v3 Catalyst Cup, another division of superb talent. And I mean, Araufbeastrl, you and I, we're going to be here tomorrow as well, seeing who wins that division. But if tonight is any indication of what we're going to see later, we're in for an incredible end of Season 6.
Yeah, and it's just looking forward next season as well. Excuse a little bit my miscombobulation. Casting definitely one of the hardest jobs, so gotta give both of us credit here for at least trying to stick it through. But definitely going back to NBDA, they've played so well tonight. I think they really earned their way through, but especially Superb Trash Can, what a way to play tonight. Getting the opportunities that NBDA Neon needed tonight is exactly what you wanted to see out of them.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of, here they are, Superb Trash Can, joining us here tonight, or as I called in the quarterfinals, Super B Trash Can. Welcome in, how you doing? Congratulations, NBDA Neon, our Ascension Cup champions. How does it feel to go through this entire season, Superb Trash Can, come into this final bracket, maybe not as a favorite, but to prove why you guys deserve to be the best team here?
Well, I'm going to be honest real quick. It was a roster change at the last minute. We actually had to sub our captain out, and he threw me in here, and I've been out for a while. But each one of us took our own series. We had Braun for the first series in the quarterfinals. He absolutely nailed it. I had the second series, phenomenal game. And then you saw Peanut just destroy in the last session there. And it was just really good, really flowing movement. We felt really good. I gotta say, we kind of predicted it right from the beginning. We felt really good about it. We felt really good about it. I can't say enough how much confidence we had. And yeah, that's just how it feels right now, and that's how we are.
My biggest thing is, how do you guys feel about that grand final though? Because it felt like at first whenever y'all started off the games, y'all were not exactly in the driver's seat. Postponers Purple just providing the pressure early, but y'all managed to still stick it through, find a way to come out in the end. And because of that perseverance, y'all were able to make it here as our champions here at the Ascension Cup.
So I will say this is we're an adaptable group. That's kind of how our play style is. If you look at the whole series, we lost the first game. That's how it went. We lost the first game, figured out our opponent's styles, and then drilled it in afterwards once we figured them out. So I just got to say we worked well with it, and it feels great to be here, honestly. We weren't – I mean, we were expecting to be here. I wasn't, but definitely a great feeling to be here right now.
Yeah, it definitely is, and to add that even more, for this organization, NBDA, this is an org I know, but for ATS, this is their first season, New Baron Stat Association, a new org this season, to come in as a new org, as a newcomer, to not really know what's happening, to have to play against some pretty experienced teams. I mean, SPRK won last season, Postponers Purple made top 4 last season. Those are experienced teams in this final bracket. Those are players that know what it's like to be here. To come in as some newcomers, as a new org, and to, get comfortable, to show up in that final bracket. Talk to me about what it's been like on NBDA, the support that you guys have gotten so far this season and in previous, and before this season, to, come to this point now where you can now celebrate along with the rest of your organization and a victory well deserved.
Well, our org now has 138 people in it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Sporty, it's been a great time. We've had each other in that specific Discord in our organization for a long time. We play together. We do really well together. So when this change to the roster happened, we already had a good feeling in it anyway. We all knew each other pretty well in the instance. So, I mean, everybody just kind of flowed together. Our organization has been around for, gosh, a good 4 or 5 years. So just building it up and seeing where we're at now and being able to take it is absolutely amazing.
Of course, here as well. Araufbeastrl, I think we'll have time for one more question from you before we can kind of close things out. Let Superb Trash Can go and celebrate with the rest of the team and the rest of the org again. You have anything else you want to kind of say to Superb Trash Can? Anything else you want to ask them?
Yeah, definitely congratulations on your win here. I do want to see, what did you exactly see out of Post Pounders Purple that you think probably helped you out win the series? Because I know we saw a couple of things from our ends, but we always know that players usually see something that we might not.
The initial first game, obviously, they were playing a little bit slower, but they were playing careful and on the ground. And then as they took the second game from us, we noticed that they started playing a little bit more defensive and waiting for their chance to counterattack. So we adjusted to that too. But you could tell that they were definitely ready for this playoff. They were definitely the ones who should have been in this grand final, and you can see it clearly. Every other team that we played against, it was first game and then we swept them. These guys, we lost first game, took 2 games, they came back, and then they continued on. So congrats to them. They did really good. I have nothing bad to say about them. They did a really good job.
Yeah, of course. But I have nothing bad to say about our playoffs MVP. And we're talking to them right now. Superb Trash Can, congratulations. You mentioned how you've been subbed in for this team. You know, you were not expected to be here, but you've played well enough. You've gotten the final accolade of the Ascension Cup this season. You are the playoffs MVP here as well, along as being an ATS Season 6 champion. Before you go, Superb Trash Can, do you have any shoutouts, any last things you want to say to kind of cap off what has been an incredible season for an org and a team that beforehand wasn't really all that known, wasn't in ATS? Now everybody knows them, and your name will be among those that have won in seasons past. Do you have anything you want to say, any shoutouts, any final messages?
Yeah, shout out to NBDA Midnight. We play against them all the time for scrims. They did a fantastic job. It wasn't their fault. They just had a bad loss today against us, and they could have done better. We've seen it. Shout out to Spartans. I've played you in other leagues. Absolutely awesome team, awesome org. Shout out to Grant. He's our org owner, Grantler. Absolutely great. And shout out to NBDA as a whole. We did awesome. I'm glad to see 2 of our teams made it into the playoffs, and we pushed as far as we did.
Of course, and to you now, playoffs MVP, Superb Trash Can, congratulations from all ATS to you and to the rest of NBDA and NBDA Neon. Good luck in future seasons. I hope we hope to keep seeing you here in as well when we are open again, but and have more Ascension Cups in the future. But for now, congratulations. Go celebrate with the rest of your team, with the rest of your organization. You deserve it. Congratulations. Have an amazing rest of your night, and have an amazing off season before we see you again in the next season.
Of course, we appreciate your time. Thanks, man.
Again, that was Superb Trash Can joining us here off Beast. Well, now that it's official, playoffs MVP, Superb Trash Can, playoffs winner, NBDA Neon. We're going to be here again tomorrow for the Catalyst Cup. And if tonight's, again, as I mentioned before, if tonight's any indication of what the playoffs are going to be like, we're in for an amazing, amazing end of the season. In the next couple of months, I mean, every single division is going to be on the stream for their championships or their playoffs. Before we end off our night here off Beast, do you have anything else you want to say before we end off? We end it out for the night. We go to sleep, and we'll be back tomorrow evening.
Yeah, it's been just amazing to see all these players here. So many playoff caliber teams here. You see the ability in each and every team we've seen so far in playoffs, and every single one of them looks like they could be a contender to be the champions here. But fortunately, NBDA Neon, got to give credit to them, able to make it work when they had to.
Of course, as well. Big thank you to our off Beast. Thank you to our producer. We haven't even mentioned who our producer is. It's Nick NCS here, the producer who does a lot of other work with organizations like Double Commit as well, with their weekly tournaments that you'll often see me on as well. And of course, to all of our amazing sponsors here in Solus Path and Syraxis Networks, Inc. I'm SportyFC from the rest of the ATS staff. We will see you all tomorrow with the 3v3 Catalyst Cup Championship. Another $100 up for grabs for those teams. But for myself and Araufbeastrl, we're gonna be done for the night. Have an amazing rest of the evening. Take care. Be well. We'll see you all tomorrow when playoffs and championships continue.
We used to think our words were gold, that our blinded hearts could withstand cold. We were catching diamonds in the rain, letting precious water through the drain. Stars were dancing in their light, past that we could never write. Oh, they were dancing way up high. We built these walls so we could find who could prove themselves to the waves of time. We're trying to repent before you sin. It's like giving up before you begin. Stars were dancing